You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Children could see their way. We just come on this way. who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from before. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Let them be up to judgment day. Just can't make it this way. Please deliver us today. Be like the Israelites did. Please send us another Moses again. Lord, we just can't make it this way. Yes, deliver us today. Oh, we just can't go on this way. No, we just can't make it this way. Please listen to what I say.
Do not categorize the blessing by colors. It is not the colors you need to watch. It is the character.
Once we get
Watch
old
out
and
for
gray.
the character. I'm going to tell you, there are three basic types of people that you will interact with if you are a child of destiny. Can I share this with you? The first group are confidants. Confidants. You will have very few of them. Confidants are those people in your life who love you unconditionally. They are into you. Whether you're up or down, right or wrong, they are into you. They are in for the long haul. If you get in trouble, they get in trouble with you. They'll come see you in the jailhouse. They'll come get you out of the crack house. They're confidants. You can open up and share anything with them. You'll never inherit your kingdom until you find your confidant. You can't be David till you find your Jonathan. Having a good confidant is the key that unlocks the kingdom, because you were raised outside the gate and God's going to cause you to reach over the wall. You got to have a confidant behind the wall who can mentor you for what God is going to do next in your life. The problem with most people is that everybody they run around with is under them. And so you are forever feeding people who can't feed you. And after years of feeding them, they begin to drain you. You've got to have somebody who can feed you so you can feed somebody else. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying. Am I talking to anybody in here? You need the confidant then. The confidant is those few people that come along in your life that are for you. They are with you. They are intimately intertwined in your life. They are there to make sure that you reach your destiny. They will confront you. They will get in your face. They will get in your business. They will tell you when you're wrong because they are confidants. If you have 2 or 3 of them in a lifetime, you are a blessed person. Without them, you'll never be who God called you to be. You need to find your confidant. Number 2, the other group are your constituents. They are not into you. They are into what you are for. They are for what you are for. They are your constituents. And as long as you are for what they are for, they will walk with you and work with you and labor with you, but never think that they are for you. they are for what you are for. And you have to know that, because if they meet somebody else that will further their agenda, they will leave you and hook up with them, because they were never for you. They were just for what you were for. They are your constituents. And throughout your life, if you're not careful, particularly if you're broken, you will mistake your constituents for your confidants. And you will think that they are for you when they are really not for you. They are just for what you are for. And by the time you get through falling in love with them, they will break your heart as they hook up with somebody else who is for what you are for, because it was never about you anyway. It was about the causes that you represent. They are for what you are for, but they are not for you. They are your constituents. Can I go deeper with this? The third group are your comrades. These people are not for you, nor are they for what you are for. It is just that they are against what you are against. And the comrades will make strange bedfellows. This will cause people to come together who are not for you, and they are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. And they will team up with you to help fight a greater enemy. But don't be confused by their associations. They will only be with you until the victory is accomplished. These people are like scaffolding. They come into your life to fulfill a purpose. And when the purpose is complete, the scaffolding is removed. But don't be upset when they are removed, because the building always remains when the scaffolding is removed. What I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, expect the constituents and the comrades to leave you and desert you after a while. Don't be upset when they don't react to your dream the way you expected them to, because they were never really with you in the first place. Be careful then who you tell your dream to, because if you tell your dream to your constituents, they will desert you and try to fulfill the dream without you. If you tell it to your comrades, they won't support it, because they never were for what you were for anyway. If you find a few people in your entire life with whom you can share your dream with, you are a blessed somebody. I can tell you how to identify people who are really for you. If they are really for you, they will weep with you when you weep, and they will rejoice when you rejoice. When you walk in a room and you tell somebody good news, stop being happy for a minute and watch their reaction. If they're not happy for you, shut your mouth and walk back out of the door. Oh, y'all don't hear what I'm saying to you. Oh yeah, because when they are really connected to you, they will be happy for you when you share your dream. Find somebody, look them in the eye and say, are you happy for me? If you don't get the right reaction, don't tell them anything else. You need somebody who's really going to be happy for you. I don't want just anybody praying for me. I don't want none of them haters praying for me, because you know you hate me and you don't want me to succeed. I want somebody praying for me who really wants me to be blessed, who wants me to be an overcomer, so you can put up your oil and stop speaking in tongues, because you know you never did speak to me anyway, and ain't no need in you coming up here in this hospital like you gonna pray some cancer up off of me. I'd rather have somebody who really loves me lay across the bed and rebuke the devil. And God is so faithful, he'll always give you somebody. Oh, if
you get up one morning, your elders have something, you don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. Say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it can how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that eagle eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. I say we got up one morning, independence happening. They think the thing come easy, now they're taking liberty. But if they know about petition, we are to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you're here, you get a little something. With that dragon eye, you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking. You get it there easy. You got to practice economy. From getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, is a terrible journey, packed with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up. Pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron.
Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it, Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my brother, cover my sister, them who under pressure. Cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me mind. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover all them radio stations that blessing. Keep me as the apple of thine eye. Hide me under the shadow of thy wing. O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. So sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me home from evils unknown. Cover my feet so I'll never retreat. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who has the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me mouth, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners, of course, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, from 7 to 10 p.m. Yes, that's Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. And you know how we started thing here? We always says it. In the village we originate. We don't imitate. We welcome each and every one. Doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a pink t-shirt. You have on a salmon t-shirt, a burgundy t-shirt. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. You're from Mazatania, Xenorania, Sonoranius. Each and every one is welcome in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And you notice this is how we started thing here in the
They
village.
have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, don't come with me. We do have DAT on WZYE, Santa Medite.
Get folks, you can get us at WZYE TV on Facebook, WZYE 90, WZYE TV on YouTube, and WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook. Let me bring in 1/3 of the DAP triplets. The man himself, the one and only, the young man wearing a spectacular hat today, boy. Uncle Tommy, boy. Tommy, how you going?
Good evening to the family. How's everybody today? I hope all's well.
Yeah, Tommy, all is well, boy. But Tommy, I haven't given an update on the running thing now.
Yeah, what's the story with that?
So Tommy, things improving. Things improving. Up to 4 miles now. Right? I'm
What do
up
you
to
think?
4.
You think the weather's getting you to run more because it's colder?
You know, that's a good question, Tommy. Today, boy, today, I did 3 miles today. But it was cold today, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This weather's for the birds.
Yeah. But I'm up to 4 miles. I did 4 miles at 29 minutes and 8 seconds. So it's about 29 minutes and 11 seconds, about 7:18 per mile. Right? So things are improving slowly but surely. Yeah? Slowly but surely.
The goal is gold.
Yeah. It's slowly improving. Let me bring in the other 1/3 of the DAT triplets. The Onyx Wave, Diana, Waveney, Benskin. Diana, how are you?
Hey, how everybody doing? Tommy, you said the weather's for the birds, but which bird?
The snowbirds.
Nah, the penguin, man. Jesus.
The penguin.
Oh, man, this weather's awful. Oh, and some high wind and rain coming through tonight with some snow up here.
Well,
Awful.
it feels brutal on this front here too.
Jeez. Oh, boy.
Of course, in the chat, we had Hailey coming. Hailey was in first tonight. Hailey said,
Yep.
blessings, boy, wataks, blessings and love. Hailey said, we meet on the hills again.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's followed by.
For me, I see a little. I was getting news here. I see the leave out Darren Bravo from the team, boy. Averages 30.18 runs in one day international and leave him off the team. Right? I mean, I don't know, boy. Like, your brother, they're going back after your brother for singing that song, boy. It's a sad place.
Well.
Our next in was Nadia.
Yep.
Nadia said, good night, everyone. Listen, Nadia, she kind of not. Anyway.
Nadia, we're grateful for you being a loyalist.
Yeah, we're grateful for you being a loyalist. Nadia says, Ansem, good night to you, blessings. Tommy, good night to you, blessings. Yeah, we're getting plenty blessings.
Ow.
Thank you, Nadia.
Diana the Storm, good night, hon. Curtis Montreal, the inside boy. Vizram from Fisher Pond, Sandy Grande. I think I get that right. I think I get that right. It's
Chapon?
special good night to Uncle Tommy and Wall Street and Diana. The only time Trinidad and Tobago will change is to get rid of Rowley on the whole PNM. Trinidad will be good again as they go on. Oh, God.
Oh, Lord.
And we could get rid of the old. We could get rid of the
Just excuse me for 5 minutes.
Huh?
Excuse me for 5 minutes. I'm
All right.
just gonna.
Yeah. We have what boy? Florian, Tyrian. I can't read French. I don't know if Diana could read that, but I know what that is. I can't read French. I could try and translate it. Hey, Capitan boy, watch all your gas. What gas? Captain says things say UNC Trout Anderson. Ask Anderson if he take down his UNC flag. You know what? Let me call King. Let me call Kingsley. Before we go, I want to call King. Let me call Kingsley to find out what it is going. Let me call Kingsley because they gave me all kind of story. They don't like to. Let me see if Kingsley go to like the PNM and not pick up the phone. Or if he go continue the good streak that UNC have. Or if he go do something else. Let me try him. So folks, we call him Kingsley. Let me see if he go do like. Let me see if he go do like the PNM and not. Kingsley, before you say anything, you are live on WZYE 95.9 FM with Uncle Tommy, The Storm, and Professor Wall Street. How are you doing, Kingsley?
Worship and bless your worship.
Well, Kingsley, we noticed that you are making the wrongs in the media today. And we know you are a friend of the media and you're a friend of WZYE 95.9 and also 91.9. So we don't want to take no secondary. We don't like secondary talk. You know how we just do it? You just pick up the phone and call people. And you're getting so big in the land now. You come in now. But Kingsley, you know you keep UNC streak alive, boy. You know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when we call them, just pick up the phone. Unless somebody say your mom.
It was a good night to Uncle Tommy and good night to I think it's Diana.
Yeah, Diana.
You would not.
Yeah.
Diana. Good night to her.
Yeah.
A good night to the listeners in United States of America. Good night to the listeners on YouTube and also on to the live and good night to listen to all of the world who are listening now. What should what I want to ask me and ask me now?
Kingsley, I want you to clear up that video because I say I'm playing that video until I talk to Kingsley personally. All right? I say I'm calling Anderson. I know KFC listening. I ain't calling KFC, but I'm calling Kingsley. I want Kingsley to clear it up. I don't want you to like because we just fact check Kingsley. You know that, right?
I know that.
Busy fact check program. We just fact check. You know, if you sneak, you know, if you're stoops, we just fact check your stoops too.
How hard the stoops is.
You fact checking even stoops these days.
How hard the stoops is.
How hard the stoops is.
Oh my God.
So Kingsley, clear it up for me now, man. Look, Anderson.
What?
Clear it up for you, Kingsley. Clear the thing up for me. Clear it up. Clear it up.
You know what? You are my friend.
Yeah.
You are my brother.
Yeah.
You are my PNM friend.
Yes, all of that.
I am UNC. You are my PNM friend.
Yes.
You are my friend out of PNM. You come in my life as a father figure now. Yeah. This is the relationship we build for the past few years. We unite.
Yes.
And what I want to say to you tonight, not tonight. I will not be speaking on that issue. Not tonight. I will speak on that issue. I still behind the scenes. I am dealing with some internal business in the UNC and what takes place as there. And watch it when it finished. Charity, you're going to hear my side and what take place, what had happened. But for now, to protect me, my party and my leader, who I love dearly, I cannot speak, and I hope you humbly understand my position as I speak to you now. I cannot speak on that issue as yet until certain things correct.
Right. So Kingsley, I'm ask one thing. The video wasn't AI, right? The video was a real video. It wasn't AI generated.
Well,
They-
the video, no, the video was, yeah, the video was,
Did Anderson make
yeah.
the video? Let me clear up one thing. Did Anderson make the video? Let me,
Well, some people are saying that Anderson's voice in the video,
but did he make the
but
video? Did he make the video?
no, what I'm saying that I can say I do not know if Anderson make the video,
Okay.
right? I cannot tell who made the video. What I can say that I look around and saw her in the video with the phone in the hand. I don't know what, but I cannot say, I cannot confirm yes, no day if Anderson knows it. But what I can say, I do not believe, I might be wrong, I do not believe Anderson made that video. That's what I can say. I do not believe, but at the end of the day, we can't put nothing up past here.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? Because friends just do it.
Okay. So
Your brothers just do it.
right. Let me ask
So,
one other question.
Mm.
It was you. It was Anderson, KFC, and you. Is that correct?
And so no people do not know. I'm gonna tell you the next person. Next person was COP, the Rasta man.
Where I see the Rasta man. That was COP.
That is COP.
That wasn't KFC.
No.
KFC was not there. He was he there?
KFC was.
Was he there?
KFC was there, yes.
Oh,
KFC was there.
All right.
KFC was having like a fisher hat. If you know this fella, if they were to look up with a fisher hat, that was KFC.
Okay.
Where no Anderson.
So we cleared that. What was the other two people in the video? There were two other people in the video. Who were those two other people?
Two East Indians?
Yeah.
That is the attorney of law. That is Carl Takla Singh. That is the lawyer who represents me in any matter I have.
Okay.
And that is one of the lawyers who was there with me as I to stand up on my behalf to represent me if anything did take place there. That is Carl Takla Singh, and that is our next lawyer was there too. So it was two lawyers.
Now, last thing before you go, was there any interaction between you and one of the securities that was there?
Watch it as I kindly said to you at this time. I am dealing with some internal.
All right. I respect that.
UNC
Yeah, man.
Business.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to go too far.
Nah.
I don't need enough.
Yeah. I respect that.
On the table.
Yeah, man.
As I told you in the earlies, I do not want to.
All right. Respect
my party, my leader, who I love. But can I say something before I leave?
Sure.
Worship. I want to tell the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police, and the Deputy Commissioner of Police, it is time to leave office. All they cannot do the job. Worship is the first time I hear that police cannot play a part in community police. I cannot believe that the police heads and the Prime Minister are having a problem with the police having an impact trying to calm the killing in the hotspot community. I want to thank the police for trying their best because we was asking, what about the black leaders? What about the prime ministers? Somebody say something, and watch it. Since that article come out Sunday, why the senior police in the Express saying that they reach agreement with the six boss and the Rasta boss to cease the fire. I can tell you, I am living in so-called spot that in the last 2 days, there wasn't a gunshot fire in the community of the O2 size. So I must say, I want to thank the police and also the so-called alleged gang leaders for understanding that in the morning that children is leaving to go to school, that people is leaving to go to work, and they give the assurance that the two warring gangs do not war the war, but they are cease fire, hold the fire. I know people will say, oh God, but the guns, I think that right now, let me clear all the fire so that we will get the smoke, that we could get the the guns them off the air, but off the ground. But that is a good move of the police. Me support the police. That is a good move. The police intervene and they do community police for me, because worship, I believe that all hands on deck solving crime. The fire service have to play a part, the Coast Guard, the teacher, me, you worship, Tommy, Miss Diana, and many others who is example for Trinidad and Tobago. We had to set that stigma for the younger generation, saying we trying to make Trinidad, my favorite president word, great again, and making it clear that we know that is calypso, chutney, and soca. Watch it as I quote again. I want to tell the nation who is listening. The father of the nation tell our people this. He said, there is no mother India, there is no mother Africa, but there is mother Trinidad and Tobago. We thanks for what our ancestors done for us. The East Indians, ancestors, and the African ancestors. But we born in Trinidad and Tobago. And that is the word of Ekram said them. He said, put Trinidad and Tobago first. Why use the words of there is no mother India? And I believe that strongly. 1,000,000,000%. I support Ekram on this. There is no mother India. There is no mother Africa. We respect what our ancestors do for us. They make way for us in Trinidad. But we born here, and we must be our motherland. It's Trinidad and Tobago. Watch it. I want to thank you and Tommy.
Just before you go, I just wanted to make sure we have Diana here with us too. So just say hello to Diana.
Yeah, Mr. Good afternoon to Miss Diana as always. We're hoping to see you back very soon on the number one program on Mondays to Sundays. So we look forward to see that. But you know, the program is very tough, and it's on the battlefield. So you have to know how to bat, how to bowl, and how to dodge bullets. So watch it. I want to thank you very much, and have a good night.
Yeah.
Good night to all.
Yeah, bless. Yeah. So there you have it, Kingsley admitting that he was up there on the battlefield, but he doesn't want to have anything more to say at this point in time. But Kingsley's a friend of us, so you know we respect. We respect. Hey, look who called now. Anderson, you call your name, but your name is called Anderson.
Hey, good night.
Anderson, people inquiring minds want to know, Anderson, were you the videographer? Anderson.
You Uncle Tommy, Miss Diane, good night.
Good night.
It's something really wrong with you, Kingsley. I don't know you're listening. Something had really wrong with Kingsley. Kingsley song foolish just as the one on the 2 to 4 program. And she said, was the Anderson? I heard someone said, was the Anderson? Was he take that? My phone was in my pocket as I stood and watched everything. And it's nothing that you had afraid to talk, Kingsley. Right? Normally, if we go to any meeting on Wall Street, you there with me?
Yeah, we in you.
Right. Sometimes, Donnie, let me say good night to Donnie, I believe he's listening to as well. Young contractor, you also UNC. I know we'll gather there, sometimes Dr. Munila, driver, and others, and then we'll just all talk while the meeting going on and whatnot. But I keep hearing Kingsley said, you gotta go upstairs. Pamela them went upstairs there. But cockroach should go when foul Ben party. So I stayed downstairs. Not it is that we were allowed to go in, you know. I can see a cup in the sand, so probably they think, probably intoxicated, whatnot. But the young lady, what can we should say, what started everything, and today he hearing two different stories. One person saying he had used obscenity, The other thing, the young lady who does probably should be holding Kamala bag or wiping on the desk or wherever, bringing water for wherever. That was the person told Kingsley he cannot come in.
Yeah.
That nothing to do with the armed security. Then if she told him that, then the security will intervene if he decide to proceed, which I think he did. All I heard, some notice when he had walk upstairs, you know, you can't push me, you can't push me, you can't push me. Now we Kingsley, my friend. I won't use the words here. I cannot use the words that I tell Kingsley. There's nothing I tell Kingsley when I come to obscene language here. Ask him how stupid he could be. If you're stupid, I should have. That's nothing I ask him. To ask me, and this new baby, you saw turn around and you saw the short, fattish Indian, Mr. Who always lie with us. And even that when people lie with you, that they could do you. I say anything to tell you, if that a misunderstanding, all of us say there's UNC. I don't know what the security guys them on camera. And then you hear UNC fighting on UNC members and whatnot. In my book, I watch him taping it, and I could tell him, you know, don't carry that anywhere, you know. Everyone was there. The soul was taping. He said, Mr. You was Kingsley was like, remember to Leon. And I had to tell Kingsley today, that's the kind of people be like, remember, boy? A little incident happened. You know, so he came downstairs and he started to shout at the security, he's a nigger, he's a this, he's a, using me and word now. And probably she had called for backup. Only time when people can say they heard my voice is when the police came. And I said, no, nobody ain't going to look up. This is something I look at talk out. Nobody, you know, and it was just about that. When the big senior Kingsley get put up with that, when Kamala have a meeting, or the UNC have a meeting, that's the thing, nobody just get pulled from the way. Right? Kingsley, you know, he was invited upstairs there, probably used the wrong, he was too aggressive or used the wrong method in approaching. And it was simply something like that, you know. But I come tonight, Kingsley, I listening to you saying you don't know if it's Anderson. Kingsley, you gotta be very stupid, boy. You really let me down there. I'm telling you for the whole thing here. You sound so foolish. I came up here with you dropped me up in the meeting, Kingsley. What are you doing that go and tape you? Then the senator here and there. When I see that came out in a group, yeah, and I saw it came up on a group. And that was a big group, you know. I said, what's up, you know? I said, why this I let to reach to that boy? My man went back and he said, Mister, one time. But me had time for them foolishness, you know, Wall Street and Diana and Uncle Tommy, me had time for them shippiness. Kingsley, and you let me down again, eh? And you have a piss off to the highest passivity right now. If I can tell you, I tell you and here.
Nah.
I would tell you for Wall Street here.
Nah, Anderson.
Because I talk to you like I spoke to Kingsley like a big man.
Yeah.
How you could come to them and say you don't even listen to it? Where did I get it out of that? Where did you came back down with me, Kingsley? You dropped me on the Eastern Main Road. So wake up this morning or to post something with you? I didn't see it in here and see me today. Have I sent the picture for Wall Street? Have I sent it for anybody? I sent it for you and me laugh for that. I know what I told them today. I said, Kingsley, I delete that and all.
All right, Anderson, let me leave it there.
But I think you should call and apologize now.
All right.
I think you should call back and apologize. Kingsley are real vexed right now. Trust me.
All right, let me leave it there.
The only person was very upset. He saw that today. That didn't what I achieve of doing that. You don't really know phone man to say every little thing. As I see things happening, I sell and sell it to Wall Street them that if they get it already, that they could know what happening. If someone die, if that I would block here, if somebody protesting here, these things I will send you all. But to say it's a little incident in the UNC, and especially with my partner, my friend, somebody I call a friend, me ain't doing that Kingsley, man, you really let me down to come tonight to tell what you them, you don't know if it's me. No, a little better than that now. You better than that. Real. If you don't exercise with your Kingsley, you don't know. Really, you know.
All you go fix it up, man. All you go fix it up. All is you.
I have nothing to fix.
No, all you go iron it out, I mean.
I will cry tomorrow. That was them a call and tell him my mind.
Yeah. All
I
go
call
iron it
him on
up.
his phone, but I need to call the program and straighten out everything how everything went.
Yeah, go iron it
I
up.
know we UNC members saying today, Kingsley was wrong. They said, I tell you how it's going. They say you use obscenity, you just curse upstairs, and that's when everything went out of hand. Right? Sometimes me,
Sorry. Anderson?
and one of the real UNC them is Dr. Munilal. Yeah, I went there because especially because he was speaking. Right? Easy man who are UNC, but when they say Kamala to go, the person I see him Kamala to go is Dr. Munilal. So I mostly go to listen to him, to take a line with him, give him a message, tell him what I'm going through, I ain't going through. Not Kamala. I don't want to go close to Kamala. You see all them who sweaty, and always a below the woman, like they don't know who's Kamala, let them stay there.
All right, Anderson. Anderson.
I feel like UNC than Kamala. I feel like more UNC than Kamala. I tell them what she my face basin yellow, you know. I have a yellow marble face basin. Right? But sometimes when I fit upon my yellow sheet and my yellow pillowcase, I make that white powder. I'm more UNC than Kamala, them, you know. Kamala made it and decide to stay in a position because why she in a position, she get into salary. I tell them say Kamala to go. I mean, also went up too because we heard on the last occasion at the Wali Naga where some protesters came out with placard and saying Kamala to go. So we was just kind of looking out for these kind of people. And I just said, well, we went there to go and see. I didn't say I'm going for a picture next to that lady again because there's too much flies. I can't use the name of the flies on them. Too much flies are between the human leg.
We're getting too much information. Let me leave it. Leave it.
Do nothing for me. I want to say to my real partner, Dr. Bilal.
All right.
And you know,
Let me leave it there.
And Kingsley are still vexed here.
All go hand that out. All go hand out.
Yeah. Me saying, I don't say vex until next morning.
All right. Bless.
So, program as usual, and I listening.
Thank you.
Also, too, Wall Street must compliment the police service. No, the handful of police officers from the IATF, not the whole police service, not the commissioner, not stupid man eyes. When I say shit, there are plenty of people in my eyes. I talk about Fitzgerald Hines, the Minister of National Security of Trinidad and Tobago. I just call them stupid man. That's what the police did. That has nothing to do with you, Hines. And the other Johnny Comley, East York Young, Rowley, that had nothing to do with none of you. The other Johnny Comley, the commissioner, had nothing to do with her either. That was police. That was the social side of the police work. That was the social side also of the police service. Right? Where there are more community police, whereby they will go to communities, they involve in the children youth club and whatnot. And we must say thanks to the Universe Officer, Senior Superintendent Sabero, Senior Sup, Mr. Ramisa. These are the officers who really coordinate this stuff. Get these fellas together, say, yeah, what we're doing. You all need to stop it. If you're telling so and so to shoot here, or this one telling you all need to stop it. Otherwise, it doesn't have otherwise. I think that was the social part of the police work. So yes, even Alexander, who I'm talking about Roger Alexander, or anybody coming out to say the police service had nothing to do with it. These officers are not like the rest of police who will pass and say morning or say evening. These officers speak to the good, the bad, the ugly. When they're ready to have a problem, they come by Spanish, they go to Corey Marcel, they will say, listen, we know so and so happened, or they ain't going to block the road. These are the kind of work these officers do. And they are serious officers who carry out their duties in the right way. So to hear people saying, the police taking them bad boys, no. Then the police would have just gone look for them and kill them. Or kill out how much they can kill. And that's what people wanted to see.
Yeah, understand, man.
They took the social part of it. So, as usual, I'll look on and listen.
Thank you so much.
And always a great program. Let me say good night to my sweetheart. Not you alone, my sweetheart, Diane. Let me say good night to Akira, but I know she's listening to as well.
All right. Yeah, thank you, man.
Okay, Tommy, later.
Okay, Anderson. Stay
All
calm.
right.
And the snoop in a plug for a key. And the snoop. I wonder if I should
Yeah,
play this.
because he must see in the dog house.
Let me see. Hold on. Hold on.
Isaiah, how are you doing? But does the name represent the reality? Triplets?
I I ain't get about it, folks. We have Gigi joining us in another 2 minutes or so. So let's go for a quick break. And we'll be right back. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Stick and stay. We have former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, joining us shortly. Bye-bye. We'll be right back. No, I didn't want that. That wasn't supposed to happen.
You're listening to WZYE. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are in the same khaki pants. We have those modern pills who oppress the poor, who represents Israel. They confuse us with so much lie. Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the poor. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So the children could see their way. Make them get on their knees and pray. Never be up to judgment day. Just can't make it.
And of course, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. We're going to try to get former Commissioner Gary Griffith on as soon as possible. Let me just quickly clear up some of the messages here. Some of the Coach Rose, welcome. Abby, welcome. Captain Singh wants to know, so I'm missing what the argument was about. I don't think you're missing. Abby said the purge started in the UNC, but what purge is that, Abby? All right.
I guess I missed it too.
Yeah. Abby says all who didn't help UNC with that local government election getting thrown out. What? What, Abby? Darren said, Darren, welcome. Kingsley getting on bad, boy. Kingsley getting on bad, boy. Bad. Rose, welcome. Mean Jean, welcome. Abby says, and some of them in UNC happy to be in opposition. Really? All right. So
Tommy.
folks, let me try to get Gigi on the phone.
Answer.
Yeah.
Almond cake.
Okay, let me try to get Gary Griffith.
Where'd you get it from? The bakery?
No, I didn't get it from no Allen's Bakery. Come from Diana Bakery.
And you ain't send none for me? That's not.
Nope.
Let me try to get this photo here so I can put it while he's here. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Oh wait. I wonder if I get hold on. I gotta do something. Let's see if this hold on, I want to get a photo here. So folks, we're gonna get Gary Griffith on the phone. quickly, hold on, let me do this. We want to, while we're doing this, let's see if I can get it. Hold on, all right, hold on. Which one you want, buddy? Hold on, folks. Okay. All right. So I think I had. Okay, here we go. All right, I will use this one. I will use this one here. Right here. We're gonna use a photo of GG. We're gonna put up a photo right here. All right, just got it. Yeah. Okay. So, folks, we putting it together so we could get Gary Griffith on the line. So bear with us a minute. Bear with us a minute. All right, let's do this. While we do this, let's play this song here so we could get him back on the phone. Okay, 1 minute. Then we continue. All right.
Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't go this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go this way. Oh, 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 oh. See the way. We just can't go this way. Oh, 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 oh. No, 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 the poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see the way. We don't enjoy equal facility. Like Pharaoh and company, brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go this way. We just can't go this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go this way. So the children could see them.
The music.
And of course, folks, we have with us on the line now Mr. Gary Griffith. Gary, how are you?
Oh, fine, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Griffith.
Yeah, well, you know, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We have Uncle Tommy, we have The Storm, and yours truly, Professor Wall Street. So, Mr. Griffith, the reason why we call you, right? We saw you put out, we heard, by the way, Mr. Griffith, are you still?
Yes.
You will call us soul there. What's your take on that? You will call us soul there.
Well, it shows the ignorance of the individual. It seems that he believes that being a soldier is something negative. We need to educate this prime minister who seems totally clueless in understanding leadership. If you look at United States, the great United States, you all had 45 presidents, 31 of the 45 had military service. So the concept of Keith Rowley not understanding that being a military officer provides the aspects of proper leadership to probably lead one of the most powerful countries in the world. 31 out of the 45. I don't think any U.S. president was a geologist as he is. So his forte is massage rocks and stones, and he has the audacity to question my issue of being a soldier. And I'm proud of being a soldier. I spent 17 years in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Force. I was trained in one of the best military academies in the world, the Royal Military Academy, Sandhurst. The youngest officer to serve in the attempted coup. I was the first Trinidad and Tobago soldier to return home with a UN peacekeeping medal. I have worked with as the right hand to 2 prime ministers and a president, the only soldier that was the right hand to prime ministers and presidents in Trinidad and Tobago. And because of my impeccable service, I got a national medal of merit from the president. So that played a big part towards me moving forward to be a Minister of National Security and Commissioner of Police. He probably seems clueless into understanding the value of someone who was a soldier. So I'm very proud to state that I was in one of the most noble of all professions anywhere in the world, that being a soldier.
Tell him, Mr. Griffith, tell him.
What is the current position regarding the crime talks between the government and the opposition? Are you still part of it, or you're not part of it? What's the position with that?
Well, you really can't be part of something that has never started. The fact of the matter is that I started the ball rolling early in the year when I offered to help the government because they seemed clueless. They did not know what to do. Crime was spiraling. Blood, our streets were being washed in blood. Kamala Prasad Bisesa agreed, and she said she is supporting me on that. And she would like to do the same. And that is when Keith Rowley said, nope, it's not going to happen. I despise those people. I don't want to talk with them. Then he realized how it was looking in the eyes of the public. So he tried a charade by trying to pretend that he was interested in the crime talk. So let me tell you what happened. One, he then decided to set an agenda. You can't set an agenda in something that both the government and the opposition were supposed to meet together, but you decide to set your own agenda without the input of the opposition. Two, your agenda is specifically about legislation. This is not a subcommittee of Parliament, Keith Rowley. This is about political parties getting together, putting minds together to come up with proper policies. Bills and legislation and so forth is a very small percentage in dealing with crime fighting. But he decided to turn it into a subcommittee in Parliament. Three, he decided to say, we will have 5 and you all will have 4. He's out of place. So he wanted to have a majority to decide to cast a vote. And it shows that this was something not a level playing field at all. 4, he decides to have the Attorney General write to the opposition leader. The Attorney General is fastened out of place. 5, the Attorney General then gives a deadline to the opposition leader, as if he is a political leader of a party. 6, more importantly, Keith Rowley always continues to boast that he's the chair I'm the chair of the National Security Council. I'm the chair of the National Security Council. He says that more than saying that he's the Prime Minister. And now the one time for you to step up to show the importance of being the chair of the National Security Council, you're having a National Security Council meet with the opposition, but you don't want to be there. It shows the individual, the laziness, the incompetence, and what makes it worse, all of this, he is bitter that Gary Griffith might be there. So he prefers not to swallow his pride, not to swallow his ego, and do what is right to help the country. Patrick Manning said it to everyone listening. The man, when he does not have his way, you see hate, you see anger, you see somebody totally out of control. The PNM collapsed in 2010 primarily because of this individual not having his way. That is why Patrick Manning was forced to call a snap election. And now he has operated in the same way. The country is drowning in blood. And because of your pettiness, your small-mindedness, you decide, well, if Gary Griffith is in it, well, we're going to shut it down. I hope everyone abroad and in Trinidad and Tobago will understand the mentality of this individual now.
Gary, what about the recent thing in the news regarding the police meeting with gang members? You know,
I think that was rather unfortunate. A few police officers have come after and said it is not true, but obviously the newspaper wouldn't do a headline article unless obviously certain police officers may have done that. What it is really, they say in Trinidad, monkey see, monkey do. This is what the PNM have done on numerous occasions. They take criminals, gang leaders, they refer to them as community leaders, they give them state contracts, they negotiate with them, they plead with them, pretty please, can you stop committing crime? And then they give them $5 million contracts to build a box that cost 500,000. The gangs then use the funds not to help the community, but to be able to purchase more sophisticated firearms, even more sophisticated than the police. They hire more gang members, put hits on other gang members to get their state contracts, and use the profit towards paying off our corrupt members in law enforcement. That is how the PNM they've operated. They've done it time and time again. As the commissioner of police, I saw it. I said it should not be done. We had persons as quote unquote community leaders going to the president's house for the inauguration ceremony when the PNM got into office. That is it. So it may be that certain police officers said, well, listen, if the government does it, if they see that that is the way to go, well, then let us do the same. It is unfortunate, the same way that in the United States, you all do not negotiate with terrorists. As a commissioner of police, as a minister of national security, I stand firm on that. When you play with 30 animals, you will get fleas. When you negotiate with these individuals, there's going to be a price to pay. And I think it's unfortunate that police officers could think that your job is to act as some type of a counselor and negotiator to try to ask persons, pretty please do not commit crime.
So, Mr. Griffith, what do you propose as a resolution to this problem that we are facing here with the gang members?
Gary, you said,
well, exactly what I did. Exactly what I did. Sorry?
He said, what do you propose? Tommy was asking the question.
Yeah. What I propose is exactly what I did as commissioner of police. It took me 18 months to transform the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. By doing that, I put systems to measure performance, make them accountable, maintain proper leadership, good management. By doing that, public confidence and trust in the police service moved from 14% in 2018 when I took over. And then when I left, it was 59%. 1 year later, when they unplugged every single thing I did, it has gone back down to 8% from 59%. Thanks to Keith Rowley. He is responsible. So what I did is what caused crime to go down from number 1 to number 4 behind health, education, and the economy. It is now back up to number 1. And what I did is what caused it to be the highest reduction in violent crime in Trinidad and Tobago in 17 years. Putting systems in place such as the Emergency Response Patrol, the Operational Command Center, the Commissioner's Command Center, the Special Operation Response Team, the Gender-Based Violence Unit, the Social Media Monitoring Unit, technology, online reporting, app reporting, GPS tracking on police vehicles, measuring how they get to a crime scene, so that making sure that they get there in less than 5 minutes, which provided a deterrent, high visibility, a rapid response. There were over 120 policies I put in place that pegged back the criminals. It put fear into the criminals. That is what put an end to kidnapping in Trinidad and Tobago for the first time ever, because kidnappers were actually being arrested. That was never done before. Before, the police would just pay the ransom money and the person, hopefully the victim, will be released. We started raiding, breaking out into doors, finding the kidnappers because of technology. When persons had home invasions, by the time they jump over the wall, we are waiting on you. That is where you got the few moments later. We were able to be one ahead of the criminals. We did something known as predictive policing, anticipating and getting the information in advance. I got this from NYPD. They showed me how to do it via social media monitoring, via having covert units operating within the police service that even the police didn't know about, reading out the rogue elements in the police service, polygraph testing, and so forth. All of these things, Keith Rowley's government shut it down, dismantled, removed every single thing that pegged back the gangs. That is why my last year, the number of murders was 342. It was the lowest number of murders in any given year in about 17 years. And then within a year after I left, it moved from 342 to over 600, almost double. Keith Rowley is responsible for that. It is his doing. So if it is that we want to change, I said, look, the country can't wait for another 15 months until Keith Rowley is removed from government. Let us help them because the country is drowning in blood. The man has refused. So all that is required, in summary, is to reboot, reignite, and reassemble, and the gangs will start pegging back.
Mr. Griffith, how are you doing, sir?
Go ahead.
How are you doing, sir? You mentioned that Dr. Rowley dismantled all these positive, policies and things that you put in place. So, can we then assume or decipher and say, well, he is promoting and this culture, then he's allowing this culture to fester, and then you say, then we heard where what's his name, Minister Hines says it is not his job to keep the country safe. What's going on? What's going on inside there?
Sorry?
Yeah, what can you tell me what's going on with these people who were elected by the taxpayers to do precisely what they say they're not responsible for? What?
Yeah, well, and the reason being is that Fitzgerald Hines has proven to be the most incompetent minister, not of national security, minister in the country's history. The man does not know his job. When you're a minister of national security, you say it is not your job to be responsible for the safety and security of the country. It is not your job to put in policies. It shows how the man is clueless. And the reason being, to all, I was the Minister of National Security. In my last year as Minister of National Security, it was the highest reduction in serious crime in 30 years. Because things I realized, the job of the minister is to implement policies, and then the police and other units will operationalize those policies. So that is why I formed, as the Minister of National Security, the National Operations Center, ensuring you have that proper coordination for any natural or man-made disaster, similar to what New York did after 9/11, making sure you can get immediately an operational team on the ground. You have a command center, a venue operations center, and having systems we put in, such as a National Security Special Operation Group, a National Security Training Academy,
a National Incident Management System, center, yeah.
As soon as the government changed, they shut down and dismantled everything the same way. So if a Minister of National Security doesn't understand, those are the things that I would have done in just my 18 months as Security Minister. This man is there for nearly 4 years, and he has not done a thing, not one policy. All he does as the Minister of National Security is to bad talk the UNC, similar to his boss. So their job is to attack, discredit, bad talk, smear character, assassinate. That is not how you lead. Your job as a leader is to unite, to build, to be productive, not to cause hate and division. I continue to say it. You can't expect to want to lead a country when it is you continue to show that you hate half of the country.
Gary,
Mr. Griffith.
What about
Yes,
the
sir.
body cameras that we haven't actually seen police using as yet, which is something that's very significant here in the United States of America? What happened to all the body cameras that were purchased?
Again, guess who purchased them? For the first time in Trinidad and Tobago police history, Gary Griffith got the body cameras. For the first time in their history, they got tasers, they got pepper spray. So the minimum use of force policy, we train them in from verbal persuasion, calling for backup with radios, then making sure you have the body cameras, then you have the tasers, you have the pepper spray, and the firearm your last resort. All of those things I put in place, that has all been removed. The body cameras, it was a standard operational procedure. Once you come out of your vehicle, you must turn on your camera. Once you're on a foot patrol, you must turn on your camera. Once you have a warrant on operation, you must turn on your camera. All of those things have been done. So when I mentioned 120 plus policies, that has also been shut down. It was the first time this was introduced. Additionally, it wasn't just body cameras, because it's something that NYPD, they were shocked. They never saw that before. We put real-time cameras with real-time video footage on the vehicles that is being fed back to an operational command center. So that ensures that we are in a war room watching what is going on. So the police officer, while he's in some situation, whether it is a riot or arresting someone, we can actually see back at the ranch to ensure whether it is you need to back up, whether you need fire service, whether you need more police officers. That is the type of technology we put in. They pull the plug on all of those things. So the real-time, the cameras put in real-time video footage back to the operational command center. The tasers, the pepper spray, the body cameras, the GPS tracking on the police vehicles to ensure that they stay in their area of responsibility, so that we will make sure anytime there's a distress call, we could look at the vehicle in closest proximity to have those vehicles report to the scene, which is why you had a less than a 5-minute response, which is why the criminals were concerned, because they knew that a vehicle will show up anytime. All of these things were shut down and dismantled because of a vindictive, if not incompetent government.
Mr. Griffith, I asked you a question, and you gave me some answers prior as to how you would resolve some of the issues. But in my humble opinion, based on what I see up here in the United States, not just in New York City, but even in my city here, that community policing was probably one of the most important initiatives taken. I do remember it is like putting boots on the ground, where you would have police persons just walking through the community 24/7.
Yeah, and again, that was again one of the 120 plus policies. So it wasn't just about hard targeting. It wasn't just about primary crime prevention. So we had the rapid response, the high visibility, the deterrent, the heavy policing. That was there, and it pegged back the criminals. But we also had what was known, quite rightly, as you said, secondary crime prevention. We got this from NYPD. When I signed that agreement between the TTPS and the NYPD, that also has collapsed. There's no negotiation, no dialogue, no training, no advice we get from NYPD again. After I put it all in place, I went up to New York City. I met with the NYPD Commissioner of Police. We shook hands. We signed the document. I met with Giuliani and partners. They came to Trinidad and Tobago. They set up the gender-based violence unit for us. They showed us how to do community policing. Community policing was very powerful system when I was commissioner of police. And it wasn't just about police officers walking in the neighborhood. It involved something known as the Commissioner's Cup, where we use sport as an avenue to turn young persons away from a life of crime. So using football or soccer, as you guys will call it, after we comprehensively defeated the USA 2-1 last night, just by the way. But that's another story. So yeah. So anyway, and so we had the Commissioner's Cup where we got all of the different communities. So whereas they were warring and they were gangs versus gangs in different communities, all of a sudden the youngsters and the under 16, under 18 playing football together, soccer, and the gang members are now on the sideline watching each other, watching their kids play, and it started to build a degree. It started to unify a community, unify a village, unify a region, unify a country. That is done through sport. That has been shut down after I left. I developed the only AstroTurf in the Southern Caribbean at the police barracks. For 2 years, they have refused to give it to the young persons at no cost, which is the intention, because that is taxpayers' money paid for it. Out of bad mind, that artificial surface in St. James has not been used. I then had formed something called Crossroads, 1,000 police officers being trained to act as a big brother or sister to 1,000 at-risk youths, rather than send them to prison or send them to some location where it is that they will get they might become more hardened criminals in the future. All of these things they've shut down, they've dismantled. So that concept of community policing was very powerful up until August 2021. And then Keith Rowley and the PNM government said, shut down, dismantle, destroy every single thing Gary Griffith did. Long live the PNM.
Gary, what about polygraph and drug testing as a way to weed out corrupted police officers? I know the Minister of National Security recently talked about that initiative. What is your take on that?
Yeah, because that's all they do, talk. When I was commissioner of police, again, I will continue to speak of the 120 plus. That was done for the first time because we realized that there were corrupt police officers. There were officers who we realized that they were involved in some degree of criminal activity by aiding and abetting, associating themselves with criminals, supporting them, protecting them, covering their drug blocks, and especially on the dealing with border protection, where some of the police stations on the Southwestern Peninsula, it seemed that police officers were on the take, allowing or turning a blind eye for the illegal entry of drugs, weapons, and human trafficking from the mainland. So what I did, I asked a simple question of a polygraph question to all of those officers. Do you financially benefit from illegal drugs, weapons, or human trafficking? And if it is you refused, well, then you'll be transferred. I can't take action. And that played a big part towards removing the rogue elements in the Southwestern Peninsula. And then also certain officers who I was aware involved in certain matters, we will use that to have them removed from certain locations. Guess what? As soon as I left as commissioner, all of the officers who were reassigned based on intelligence showing them being involved in particular activities, they were put back in the same location. So it showed that the criminal elements in the police service took back full control. And that is what some of them wanted, which is why they whispered in the ears of some of the politicians in the PNM, and they took the bait. And who it is that's suffering now? The law-abiding citizens. So that aspect of polygraph tested, drug tested, it was done in a very big basis. When I was commissioner of police, it was used comprehensively as well for specific units such as the special branch, the SIU, also the Special Operational Response Team. But again, it was a Gary Griffith thing, so shut it down. Let's not use it again.
You know, simply right. I had done an editorial on some innovative ideas could help reduce crime in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Number one was community policing. I think you touched on that. Number two was technology. What about technology?
Well, again, the technology I use, as I said, never before kidnappers were being held. We started arresting kidnappers whilst they had victims in their possession. That never happened before in Trinidad and Tobago. And the kidnappers couldn't understand how the heck we were able to kick down doors, intercept vehicles, whilst the victims were in the vehicles, in the homes as well. That never happened before. Before Gary Griffith, they will be kidnapping, they will ask for the ransom, the police will help them pay the ransom, and hopefully the victim will be returned. We started pinpointing where the kidnappers were holding the victims and going after them and apprehending them. That never happened before. That is the type of technology that we had. The technology I put in, such as the online reporting, making sure that citizens can actually go online, make a report instead of having to go to a station. That has also been removed. By it being removed, the 13-year-old girl goes to a police station, has to make a report about an incident, and then by the time she comes out, she is killed. And because every police officer will know that you don't have persons under domestic violence having to go to a police station to make a report. That is what the online reporting is about. The police app we had, it was the largest app in the history of Trinidad and Tobago in that year. They shut it down because Gary Griffith did it. We had an SOS on the phones of persons after you put the app. So if it is that you're being robbed, raped, kidnapped, you press that SOS, we can lock onto your phone and be able to assist you. They shut that down as well. This cannot be incompetence, This has to be somebody involved in the criminal underworld going out of their way to assist the criminals after the fact that I was doing all the things you spoke about: community policing, technology, body cameras, every single thing you all speak about, it was done. Because I piggybacked from the NYPD. I saw what they did by transforming the NYPD, and I did the same with the TTPS. The NYPD were known as pigs in the 90s. They became known as America's finest. And that is what I did with the TTPS, because I had to transform that Trinidad and Tobago police service for people to believe in them, trust in them. I got the police officers to start believing in themselves, trusting themselves, lifting morale, lifting motivation. It worked. The criminals were being pegged back. That has all been shut down thanks to Keith Christopher Rowley.
And just another one was youth programs. You talked about that, right? I'm just going over these. I did this editorial. And what about Neighborhood Watch program?
Well, again, as Commissioner of Police, we had the the Minister of National Security. I formed the Community Comfort Patrol, which was actually utilizing private security to work in line with the police service. It played a very big part to peg back criminal elements because it provided that high visibility and that rapid response. Also, that operational command center. That operational command center ensured that the 17,000 cameras around Trinidad and Tobago, we can monitor what is happening in real time. So if at any time there's an incident, we can see where that vehicle was going, where they were heading off to, get the other police vehicles to intercept it. All of those things have been shut down, and that is unfortunate. So again, even that as well, we had implemented, but it was shut down.
And last two for me, Gary. And this is just for my editorial, right? Community service and victim support. I mean, community service in encouraging offenders to perform community service as a way to make amends for their crime, and victim support, providing support services to victims of crime to help them recover and reduce the likelihood of retaliation. That's the last
one. Well, no, that goes more in line with the Minister of National Security, and that's why I drafted the Ministry of Justice when the People's Partnership came into government. It wasn't implemented as it should have been because I drafted that Ministry of Justice, because that Ministry of Justice is so critical. We have one of the highest recidivism rates in the Americas, based on poor rehabilitation. So you take a young person, send them into prison, they come out a more seasoned hardened criminal. There are persons going to prison in remand, and they spend 8 years odd for a crime where the maximum sentence could be 6 years. It is unbelievable. It does not work. So that is something that can only be done not from a commissioner of police level, but more of a ministerial level. But the Minister of National Security says it's not his job to implement policies. I already have the template for that, what you spoke about, as it pertains to victims. Again, when I formed the Child Protection Unit as the Minister of National Security, I formed the Gender-Based Violence Unit as the Commissioner of Police. We revamped the Victims and Witness Support Unit in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. All of these things played a very big part towards letting people feel comfortable, not be intimidated, given information to the police, and be able to target criminals and offenders. Unfortunately, as I said, every single thing that you can think of that may be done or considered to reduce crime, I did it. It was implemented. It worked. So it wasn't just a one shot that Guy Griffith did. There were over 120 policies, programs, units, technology, training that we put in place. Every single thing. The PNM went out of their way and said anybody he hired, any technology he used, any vehicle, all of these things were shut down and dismantled. It showed the personality of Keith Rowley, because you hate someone, you're bitter about something, you rather mash it up than do what is right for the country. You can't be a good leader with that type of character.
Mr. Griffith, if we don't get a grip of the situation now in Trinidad and Tobago, what do you think could happen?
Well, we Trinidad and Tobago could very well end up like Haiti, and we are heading there. People are concerned, people are migrating, the criminals have full control. And the reason now the criminals have become so brazen because they can shoot someone in cold blood in broad daylight and walk away knowing that the police will show up 40 minutes later. It's no fault of the police officers. They shut down all of the units, the systems, the technology that would have ensured an immediate response. And that is what pegged back the criminals just 2 years ago. So that is the reason why I offered to help this government. Not because I like the PNM, but I love my country more than I'm a patriot more than a politician. And that's why I realized the country might not be able to hold on for another 15, 16 months until that general election comes out. And by that time, there's going to be so much work to clean up. But trust me, I have the package. I am ready for it. I don't even need a honeymoon period, as I said, as Commissioner of Police. I will hit that ground running. And all of the systems, the policies, the tools, the political will that is required, I did as a minister and Commissioner of Police, they are all going to be implemented within weeks. And the country will see the change. If the country can hold on and last, because it's bloodshed in the streets right now. We are speaking about getting close to 600 murders again in Trinidad and Tobago. 400, right now it's about 518. 465 have been by firearms. 464 of that 465 have been by illegal firearms. But all Fitzy Hines and Keith Rowley could speak about is legal firearms. It shows where these individuals' head is. It is not towards trying to fix crime. It is not towards saving the country. And I was providing law-abiding citizens with legal firearms to protect themselves because of the state's inability to protect them. And they're upset about that. It gives the impression that the government has more concern over the rights of criminals than that of law-abiding citizens. So if we can last another 16 months, it is going to be very difficult. The country is suffering, but hopefully this 16 months can pass as quickly as possible for us to get this country back on track.
Hey, Gary, what is the update with regard to that fellow who they went to Barbados and capture and bring back to Trinidad?
Not capture, kidnap.
Kidnap.
Well, again, these Trinidad and Tobago, because of the incompetence and the mistakes made by this government, Trinidad and Tobago is a 7-day wonder. You have an individual who was kidnapped by police officers, and the judge then says, I can't believe that these officers are still on active duty. And after the judge said that they're still on duty, so the police have basically said, look, don't care. You all stay right there. And let me tell you, as the minister, as a previous minister of national security, I can comprehensively confirm no police officer could have done that unless a politician had approved it. But jump high and jump through. Commissions of inquiry will be taking place on that. Commissions of inquiry will be taking place on that meritless fiasco where politicians broke the law and maybe even the president. So commissions of inquiry will take place, and it will take place within a few days, because that situation, the only way a police officer can leave the country on official duty is with the approval of the Minister of National Security. And that's why this investigation is being hidden, because certain politicians might very well have to account, why did you give approval for police officers to go out to kidnap a citizen of this country? That is where this country is reached right now.
So Gary, let me make sure I hear what you are saying. What you are saying is that in order for a police officer to leave Trinidad and Tobago and go to our next country, the Minister of National Security somehow have to sign off on that.
Not somehow. He has to, because remember, the commissioner, and that's a nice thing, I'm the only person in Trinidad and Tobago who ever wore the caps of being a commissioner of police and a minister of national security. The commissioner of police only has authorization to operationalize his officers in the jurisdiction of Trinidad and Tobago. Anytime they have to go outside of Trinidad and Tobago, you need the requisite approval from the government of Trinidad and Tobago. And that's so all the lies that the PNM is saying that they had nothing to do with it, that is a lie. So jump by jump low, McDonald Jacob would be pulling that commission of inquiry and he would be asked. Because if he decides to lie and say he did it on his own, he can now be arrested because no police commissioner has authority to send any police officer on official duty outside of Trinidad and Tobago unless you have the approval from the Minister of National Security.
And should they have the approval of the government of Barbados too?
Yeah, definitely. You can't, because remember, the police officer from Trinidad and Tobago has no powers in Barbados unless he gets the approval from the government. So that is why he cannot travel unless it was approved. Because, and I mean, many simple things as well, because if you need a cabinet note, the cabinet note will eventually, because that is the only thing that will allow the officer now to get stipend, to have the payment made for the airfare or for the aircraft that was used, his allowances. So all of that, it must have government approval. So let us not be fooled to believe that these were just rogue police officers that did their own thing. They worked on instructions and a directive from the Commissioner of Police, who could only have done it based on the authorization from a minister in the government.
And the minister had to have the approval of the Prime Minister too?
Not necessarily. As the Minister of National Security, I will send out police officers, soldiers, even the Defense Force hockey team, just to play hockey in the Big Apple hockey tournament. You need approval from the Minister of National Security. But it then has to go to cabinet for payment to be made for the stipend and the allowances and so forth. So that is the point, that this must have a cabinet note, even if it is backdated, because sometimes you have an emergency, you need to get the person out immediately. But the minister must give at least verbal approval and then have it documented for that individual. So it means that, let me tell you something as simple as if the Prime Minister has to fly to Grenada, which is next door to Trinidad and Tobago, on a 2-day exercise or a meeting, and he has to go with 2 special branch officers, that must have a cabinet note to allow these officers to be paid, to allow them to get the airfare, to allow them to pay for the hotel. So the nonsense that the government is trying to fool to say that they had no involvement, that is a lie.
Well, Gary, we asked you for 15 minutes. You gave us double the time. You gave us 33 minutes. We appreciate it so much, man. Any closing words before you go? It's always a pleasure. Hey, Gary, one thing.
Not at all.
Gary, one thing. Let me say this, sir. And anytime we call on you, so far you haven't let us down. All right? Yeah.
Well, and again, let me tell you what this has to do with it. If you're in public life, when I was the Minister of National Security and Commissioner, I was the most accessible person to the media. That is your job. You can't hide from the media. Unfortunately, this present Commissioner of Police, she has never had an interview. Well, I think she had one, and then a year later, she has refused to be with the media. You can't play mass and afraid powder. You have to face the media. You must make yourself accessible to the media and to the public who put you there, to the public who you serve. That is the way I'm cut. And again, the reason I'm able to do that is because of my military training, something that Keith Rowley does not understand how important that is as part of that could assist you in a productive manner to serve citizens of a country. The US knows that 31 of 45 presidents, military service. Keith Rowley, not one was a geologist.
Mr. Griffith, before you go, I want to ask you a very important question.
Right, Tommy.
There was a sort of confrontational situation that took place between the leader of the THA and our Prime Minister a few months back. What's your opinion on it? I'm talking about.
What topic was that? There have been several between the both of them.
Yeah,
which one?
We were talking about the one where he made an allegation based on information was given to him by one of his islanders who supposedly was being coerced to undermine the THA.
Told me there have been plenty things undermining the THA, you know. To be honest with you.
Yeah, there been quite a bit. But again, notice what again, every time with Keith Rowley, always there's been nothing where, he could smile, he could commend, he could thank, he could unite, he could build, he can be productive. It is always something with confrontation, argument, bitterness, hatred, animosity. The man is just naturally angry all the time. I am saddened, and again, I said it, I have been about 5 interviews so far today. I am very concerned that Keith Rowley is losing it. He's becoming very unstable, because if it is that you're so emotional and you must never make decisions, especially when you're serving others, when you are angry. Because when you're angry, you make the wrong decisions. He is making decisions based on anger. And this is a typical example here. What you spoke about with the THA is based on bitterness and anger, animosity, hatred. There's never one to say, let me unite, let me build, let me be productive, let me help. This situation here with the crime talks, because we don't have a PNM party card, you have to hate us, you have to be bitter with us. I mean, that is all that he does. Every time he speaks is that this one is a drunkard, this one drinking the rum, this one is a crook, this one is a thief. That is all he does. Smear campaign, character assassination, lies such as Emailgate, which is why in my situation, when it's only in a banana republic, a politician could expect to hire civilians, turn them into investigators, pay them big money, then get them to write a report that you might want, and then hope that you can read it out, and then get public to believe that it is true. That is what he tried to do with me. The court stopped it because he wanted to go to Parliament, because Parliament is the one place you can lie and not be sued. And that is what he does. He did it with Emailgate. He loves to go to Parliament because he's a coward. He cannot say anything outside in public because I will sue him for every cent he has. I have him in about a couple of cases already, and he will go on that witness stand and he will be thoroughly cross-examined because I will expose the man for who he is. Don't lie on Gary Griffith. Don't mislead the country. He spoke about massive corruption with firearms. 2 years later, not one firearm dealer, not one firearm holder, not one senior police officer has been arrested. It was full of lies. But this was the same Keith Rowley who was harassing me to organize a firearm dealership for his partner in Tobago to sell hundreds of firearms. This is the same Minister of National Security who was harassing me to get over a dozen firearms for persons closely affiliated with him. But then when I was providing firearms for the small man, the farmer, the sportsman, the small businessman to protect themselves, they had a problem. It says so much about this government. It seems that their concerns are more about the rights of criminal elements than those of law-abiding citizens.
Harry, now that your good friend has resigned as political leader of the PEP party, you see him as part of it, yeah?
let me tell you something. I take highly the persons around me. That is the last person that I will want. I would rather have some confrontation or conversation, with the PNM. If you listen to Philip Alexander, everything he said was, again, he was Keith Rowley reincarnated, bitter, angry, shouting, screaming, bad talking. You never want. And so Rowley and Philip Alexander, that was like a mini-me. And he said it. Philip Alexander said point blank, his job is to make sure that the UNC and the NTA never get in government. That was his job. But the fact of the matter is he went up for 50-odd seats, got 5,000 votes, average of less than 100 votes per seat. He lost his deposit, I think, in every single seat. He's a non-entity because the country is fed up. The country is fed up of politicians who just spit hate, anger, bitterness, attacking everyone. What Trinidad and Tobago wants is to see politicians who can unite rather than divide, who can be productive rather than to be negative and just to destroy. That is what the country wants to see, and they're going to get it from myself.
So Gary,
what leaders?
Gary, you think your former friend, your friend from the PEP, is in the political cemetery like another leader?
No.
No, listen, he was never in the running in the first place. His job was just to hope that he could get 100 votes and hope that if it is that the NTA or the UNC could lose by about less than 100 votes, he would have done his job to ensure that the PNM keeps their seats. That's all he was. He was a non-entity from the start. Somebody that all you do is shout, attack, bad talk. So he was never in the running in the first place. So he was a virtual non-entity. I think the country understands fully what is going to happen in the general election. It is the PNM versus the rest, and the rest is the UNC and the NTA forming a very strategic alliance. As I said, every time a third party joins with the major opposition party, the PNM is defeated. I intend to ensure good governance, transparency, and to make sure that this country, all of the hatred, the bitterness, the anger, the division this country has seen because of politicians, I intend to do just the opposite and unite Trinidad and Tobago.
And Gary,
Mr. Griffith, I have one question for you, Mr. Griffith. There is speculation that should the UNC, come out victorious in the next general election, we will see a lot of infighting if they win with the alliance with yourself. What say you to that supposition?
Well, I don't know. Obviously, there would be people that would not want this because some people want to be big fish in small pond. Gary Griffith coming into the picture might peg persons back down the pecking order, but that shows the selfish by a few. The fact of the matter is that when a strategic alliance is formed, we are going to make sure this is united. We are not, the mistakes that would have been made in 2010 to 2015 wasn't because of the UNC. What I will say is because of the hierarchy of the Congress of the people that didn't do their job to make sure that those persons who they represented continue to be represented well. They turned a blind eye. They did not do what was required. I was in cabinet. I saw it. So I intend to make sure it is done. The good thing is that Kamala Prasad Bisesa and myself, we have a very good relationship. We communicate several times a day, way before this alliance took place. And because of that communication, that good dialogue, that sense of trust and understanding, we are going to make sure this is going to be the most united government this country has ever seen.
Gary, before you go, I wanted to communicate to the political leader of the UNC. You see that diaspora initiative that you guys have, the NTA, right?
Yes.
We in the diaspora. And it is important for us here in the diaspora when we hear a political party, taking an initiative with respect to the diaspora. I think that initiative is a very important initiative for many of us here who live in the diaspora, especially when we're talking about exercising our right as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago to vote. And I know that I have the diaspora initiative here by the young man. I don't remember the name of the guy, right?
Dr. Phillips.
Is Dr. Phillips?
Andre Phillips.
Right. That initiative. So just before you go, just make sure and communicate that to the political leader of the UNC about that diaspora initiative. So that's
and Mr. Griffith, make it easy for born Trinbagonians with your birth paper to be able to vote.
Let me tell you.
And a valid picture ID.
Sorry?
And a valid picture ID.
Yeah, but it'll be more than that. When I looked for the last 60 years in this country, since we've been independent, we have virtually turned a blind eye on persons who have the equal rights and privileges of citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. It doesn't change. The United States, they do it. When they have their election, persons anywhere in the world virtually, you have your constitutional, your right to vote.
Thank you.
Right is that we have it might be about 500,000 citizens of Trinidad and Tobago with a Trinidad and Tobago passport who live abroad, who have dual citizenship. So at times, some have a green card. And we are saying that you cannot vote because you do not live in Trinidad and Tobago. That is total nonsense. And let me tell you the reason, because probably governments will be concerned that, listen, if I do that, there might be too many Indo-Trinidadians or Afro-Trinidadians are living abroad that might cost me the election. I don't care. You have a right equal to any citizen of this country. So what we would be doing is, I can't do it in 2025 because we're not in government, but as soon as we get in government for 2030 general election, even local government election, you have a passport, you have a proper address, you would be registered, and we will give you the accessibility to vote, whether it is in the high commissions in Miami, New York, Washington, Toronto, in Brazil, in Panama, in Costa Rica, in Venezuela, in China, in Geneva, and in London. We have all of our high commissions there. It will allow persons, that 500,000, to go there. You vote, and your vote will be as equal as any vote of any citizen in Trinidad and Tobago, because you are a citizen of Trinidad and Tobago just as much as any citizen who lives in Trinidad and Tobago. The nonsense of you having to fly to come back home and have to spend 6 months here, that even, and I don't have to change any law because you it is the law that gives you the right to vote. So
Talk,
that
Mr. Griffith. Talk. Tell them. The next Prime Minister, Trinidad and Tobago. Who don't like it? I say so, Gary Griffith. All you need to come up out of that stalemate and put Gary Griffith at the helm to take Trinidad and Tobago forward. I talk.
So Gary, I tell you again, it's a pleasure. Any closing words before you go?
Not at all. I wish everyone the best. Be safe out there. We hope trying our best to be safe here, but it is a jungle here in Trinidad and Tobago. Pray for us. We need it. We need the support of you all in diaspora in or throughout North America, Europe, all the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. I wish you all the best. Be safe. Have a great. I hope you all are safe for the rest of the year, and we'll continue to communicate as we go along.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your.
Thank you, Mr. Griffith. You have my vote.
All right.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Bye, Mr. Griffith.
So, folks, there you have it. The on short notice, Gary Griffith joined us. So, what we gonna do when we come back? You know what we gonna do? We go call Marvin Gonzalez.
Why waste your time?
Oh, and let me say this ahead of time. Gary Griffith, happy birthday to you. Happy pre-birthday to you. Gary Griffith birthday. Happy pre-birthday to you.
When is his birthday?
Saturday. This Saturday here.
All right. Okay. Happy birthday in advance. Happy birthday in advance.
So we telling you in advance, happy birthday. So folks, all of which Gigi a happy birthday. All right?
Yeah, Abby, that's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. Yeah, all of we entitled to your opinion.
When you're all here, people just get information,
Yeah.
Information quickly. They don't waste time, you know. Yeah?
Yep.
Listen, at the end of the day, for us here in the diaspora, you see that initiative? That is a significant initiative.
Thank you. Thank you, Anselm. You're born there, and you present yourself truthfully, and they're giving you got to go home for 6 months, and all kind of. I'm like, wait a minute, I tell you, I don't live here.
People worry if somebody go vote, you go get this amount of vote and that amount.
Yeah, and another thing too, that when you're a certain age, they think you want NIS benefit or some kind of benefit. Yeah, I mean, you only want the thing to open bank account and conduct, it's truthfully. But it's they're so corrupt. Corrupt, man.
Oh God, all your listener. I want to say that you see, too many political parties take people living in the diaspora for granted.
Yep.
They have always taken us for granted. And by extension, there are many Trinidadians too who take us for granted.
Yeah, and they're quick to say, oh, you out there. You leave and gone. You don't live here. But I said, but wait a minute. The amount of times you come home every year, all that money is spending, all that VAT they're charging me, I ain't entitled. And my birth paper, I ain't entitled to say something. Give me a break.
A guy put a post on. I did a video about me running and things, and a guy put a post, and he asked the question: "You haven't been to Trinidad in the last 30 years." He's telling me that, I say sometimes, you don't. I wouldn't even waste my time to answer that fella.
True.
So I totally ignored him, and he keep putting up these posts. You haven't been to Trinidad in the last 30 years. I mean, anyway, I'm intelligent. He will kind of just Google something, and Google put my name and put Trinidad, and he go get something.
And then and the next thing that has come with me, I ain't born in Trinidad. What do you know about Trinidad? I was like, wait a minute here. I the same little girl that went to school at Fatima RC, Cureb Junior Secondary, St. Augustine Girls High School, do all kind of things when I in the schools, and you telling me I went to school in Trinidad and Tobago? I don't know nothing about Trinidad and Tobago. Hush me mouth. And that is the problem.
Oh, you're a
That's
foreigner.
the problem.
A foreigner. You're a foreigner.
Yeah, that's the problem. So I have a Bajan twang, big deal.
Yeah, you
Oh,
got people in this country who have dual citizenship
triple citizenship.
but go back to certain places. You know, when
Oh,
they have that war now between that country and that other country,
Yep.
them just go to that other country and vote in them election.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
People do
And
know.
look, Prime Minister Barbados. Bajan, she wants to hear from we, the diaspora. You
No,
see
no,
what's
no.
going on, eh?
The government want to hear from we too. Then the government have an initiative to hear from the diaspora, the current
They
government.
want to, she want to invite you. Believe me, but the minute you try to tell, and Anselm, I say again, and I'm not, trying to toot my horn, right? But when I was invited to the thing at the Hyatt before the pandemic hit, I had an envelope with a proposal to present to Dr. Rowley to try to get a grip of the young people problem. You know why? Someone had told me, Diana, you have a lot of youth. They're gambling in the hallways in the school. They're gambling up behind the school. I said, what do you mean gambling? Yeah, it's serious gambling. They're disrespecting the teachers. I said, what is he telling me? Actually, and I suspected you was going to have a problem, a spin off from that. And I said, well, how can I, Diana, offer, a
And all that thought,
solution?
you gotta go for the break. All that thought. You gotta
Okay.
all that folks, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. It's the Storm, Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. Stick and stay. We'll be right back after.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Go ahead, Diana.
Yeah, and the school that they were reported that the children were gambling outside was a prestigious school. I'm not gonna call it, but it's in the east of Trinidad. That's all I'm gonna say. And I said, at that school, the gambling. I said something wrong. So I went down and I see for myself, and I said something going on here. I need to alert the powers that be how to arrest the situation before it gets out of hand. Because I saw it coming. Because if you're going to school and you're doing this and you're not paying attention and you're engaging in all this activity, where are they gonna go? Straight to the gangs. Straight to the gangs. So, but that time it was what's his name? I think his name was Garcia, was the Minister of Education then.
Right.
And I when I made my inquiries and to present, I was told that they don't know who I am, and therefore they can't, converse with me. I said, but I am a born Trinbagonian, and things were brought to my attention, and this is what I do I think I had my global ambassadorship yet, and I would like to, try a sample, just try one school and see how the program works. And I was saying, let me do it for free. Let me do it for free. And nobody engaged me. No one. I was trying to arrest those lives, not in a bad way, before they left the school. Like what Joshua is doing, reach them before you lose them.
They have to know you.
Yes, they have to know me.
You have to be from the inner circle.
You have to, who are you with this funny name and da, da, da. And I tell her, says, I am a Trinbagonian born woman, went to school here, and I want to give back to my country. And nobody gave me a chance to do nothing. Now I offered to go around to do motivational speaking. I want to speak at one of my alma maters, QF Junior Secondary. It's a whole hoopla because some chick went down to Caripachima School and without permission from the ministry and whatever she did, taint the waters for me. Whatever she did, that's what she did. That's not me. So I presented all the letters and whatever and whatever. You think they engaged me yet? They put me in front of the children yet.
Hey,
They still ain't put me in front of the children yet, Anslam.
it's where from whence we came.
They put me in front, and that is a school I went to. That is a school I want to give back to. That is a school I got into trouble. So I wanted them to see, here. You don't give up on the child. You don't expel a child. You find out what's going on. Go to the nucleus. What is going on that makes this child, outburst like this? And you let me speak with a child. I can reach children who are giving trouble. I know how to talk to them. No, nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear me. Nobody's interested in me. Nobody cares. Why? Because I'm not aligned with the PNM. You see?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Rather unfortunate.
Well, listener, I just listened to the Prime Minister video on, it is so disrespectful. Well, we have a lot of disrespectful people in Trinidad, not just the Prime Minister. A fish doesn't rot from the tail, right? He called Gary Griffith a soldier. Well, anyway, Gary Griffith does call him a geologist, right? But he called him a soldier. But
well, I guess, but there's nothing degrading about being a soldier.
No, but no, Tommy. In my estimation, right? He is trying to lower the bar.
But that doesn't
lower the bar by calling him a soldier. But he's the prime minister, And Tommy, as you say, he should be more
impeccable with his words.
Right, because
to demean somebody in that type of fashion, because he's the prime. He controls 99.9% of the things that happen in Trinidad and Tobago.
So that means that somebody not being impeccable with their words could say he's a crime minister.
No, wait, no. If we're not being impeccable with our words, he's a rockologist.
Rockstar?
Well, he's a rockologist then.
What I would say is this, is that the prime minister, right, has to lead from in front.
Absolutely.
He cannot lead from second. He cannot lead from third. He cannot lead from fourth. And until the people of the country, especially people who support the People's National Movement, decide to stand up and be counted, and not just sit down there and take anything and suffer peacefully, right? Not just sit down there and take anything and just suffer peacefully. We will continue to have excuses after excuses. And you know what these things are? These things are diversions for you to move away from the big issue that's
distractions, yeah.
Yes. Where's Ola 54? Where's Ola 54? And Trinidadians just allow things to go away too easy.
And they are too easily distracted because look at
easily distracted.
Look at all the distraction with the Iowa dilemma.
All kind of distraction. But Tommy, I just said that. Tommy, I get called out today for that, right?
By whom?
By because we had these troops that were heard around the world. Do I know about that troops?
No teller, I have a barber, I have a jeweler, no teller.
We had the young lady. Let me see if I have it here too. I don't know. We had a young lady calling me out. And you know what she called me, Tommy?
No, I don't know. Tell me.
She called me the D word,
Uh-huh.
With the UNC in it. Oh, God. Let me see if I can get it here. Listen to this. Here we go. Listen to this here.
George and the national anthem. So let's look at this video quickly. One. You with me? You know, while we load the video, the conversation surrounding Iowa's song, to my mind, is a healthy conversation. Some persons take things personal. Some persons have their agenda and they would like to spin their agenda to get a certain outcome. But I think it's very healthy, and I'm saying it's healthy because nothing is cast in stone, and to my mind, based on all the arguments that came out, including, of course, that of Prime Minister Dr. Rowley, that perhaps we will see some tweeting here and some tweeting there in coming days or possibly weeks or a week or so. So I'm optimistic that we have had a healthy national debate, persons being for and against. Well, you know, the Juju have said yesterday that we didn't have a position on the issue because we felt that, you know, we are working here. If we spoke in favor of the boss, it might come across as being biased. If we spoke against the boss, it might come across as being against the boss. So we would have rather to adopt the situation whereby if you're doing a promotion and you're working somewhere, the outlet that you are working with would usually have a fine print, as would describe it, stating that members of staff and their families are not allowed to participate in the promotion. So we took that position, and for those uneducated duns, ones out there like Wall Street, who, to my mind, up to this day, calling yourself professor, and I cannot learn anything from you as a professor. I don't know where you are teaching. And so persons who are looking to try to discredit Sharon Felix or discredit myself, you know, it really doesn't matter to me. I don't sing for myself, and anybody who feels they want to come and sit in this chair, of course, you can have it. You can have it. Anybody who feels that they can use agendas and try to put spin and to try to make other persons who they feel should get involved in the brouhaha with them, or sound, you know, in a particular way, probably to make, you know, the boss feel, well, you know, I'm in your corner, you know. If they believe that they need this chair more than I do need this chair, they can always have it. I don't have a problem with that. That being said, folks, let's treat with the what took place yesterday in the National Stadium. Let's share that with you. I don't know what's wrong with some all, you know. Some all few people just sing for the supper. Well, I just sing for my supper, you know. And nobody going to climb my back for my supper neither. Anybody who want this chair, they can take it any day, anytime.
You hear? If you want a chair, you can take it, Wall Street.
Oh, God!
Oh, let me tell you, all of them have the same behavior and symptoms. It's a disease.
Tommy,
All of them.
Tommy and Diana,
All of them.
I, you know, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. Because
all of them.
You see, they're bright and weird dance.
Correct is right.
But all they could call it, I wish one of them would come out the face and call me a dunce. Oh,
but listen, let's now I want to do this. Let me just show you guys how these people, you can't trust them. You know why? Because they are hypocritical. They are in HDD. They are hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. Just yesterday, listen to them yesterday. Listen to them. All the listeners, listen to them.
No, very interesting, because the national anthem has a particular
protocol,
tone, and tenor.
Correct.
This song, however, whilst it has the wording it doesn't
has a
have
different tempo,
it has a different tempo,
and that is why people are
right.
concerned.
So there might be some concerns there. So let's just listen to the national anthem
In its original. All right,
original.
let us, please, please, please.
Forged from the love of liberty in the voice of hope and proud, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, all in God, the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee, ere every queen of earth find an equal place, and may God bless our nation, ere every queen of earth find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Very good, Julia. That's one of the official versions. Are we,
Yes, it's one of
the official renditions.
Right. So let's just
So let's
quickly
go
go
to-
back to Iowa's song again.
Mhm.
Let's just quickly go back.
Forged from the love of liberty, in the fires of hope and well, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly well, side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land, we pledge our lives to thee, and every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Right.
Okay, so let's get some judges coming out of this.
Of
thing.
this, because sitting here as the host of the show, I don't think I want to give my opinion. I don't
Neither
think I
me.
want, as the host of the program that is on the Street 919 FM, and of which my employer.
I think it's a conflict of interest.
It's
That's
a
all you want
conflict
to
of
say.
interest. I would keep
reserve
myself.
that. Me
yeah.
as a co-host,
Yeah.
I follow you straight, Juliet.
I will do that. So I'll
Yeah.
leave it up to the callers, but I've given the callers the opportunity
Yes,
to
yes.
make a judgment based on what the national anthem in its original form was played and what is being
Right.
presented now by the
There is a
artists
conflict
I
of
was
interest.
on.
We ought
Yes.
not
So
get too in
we plead the fifth. Sorry.
All right. No audio.
No Taylor, no Taylor. I have a barber.
No audio. No
I
audio.
have a jewel maker.
No
I
audio.
have a hairdresser, but I have no tailor.
You hear them?
No
You hear them?
tailor.
You hear them, hypocrites? You cannot be going to the Waffle House. You have to make a decision. You can't be on the balance beam. They want to go to the Waffle House. And I don't know if they have a Waffle House in Trinidad. But Julia Davy, come out of that Waffle House, eh? Yesterday was yesterday, and today you're singing a different story. Eh? Why are you singing? If it was a conflict of interest yesterday, stick with your conflict of interest. Eh? Stick with it. But listen, and this is the last one. Listen.
Let me tell you something here, folks. I say all the time, and persons would have heard me mention this from time to time on this program. When you are in public light and when you sit in a seat of criticism, condemnation, like I do, when you're an artist, when you're a politician, when you're a pastor, you're a priest, and in the age of social media, where everybody have an opinion now, you know, to my mind, it is par for the course when we have healthy debates like what is taking place right now. And I don't think nobody should ever take things personal. I always try not to take things personal. So sometimes when I hear people sitting, I listen to an Indian man on a video. One or two people send the video to me. The man cussed me out real stink on the video. I laugh, I kill myself with laugh. I took the video, I cried for my mother, she laughed. I take the video, I cried for my son, he laughed. None of us had an opinion. He said that, no, it was nothing like that. Everybody get a kicks, and it's that, right? This, to my mind, could only make Iowa song bigger than it is already. Well, alien man, for real. It could only make the song bigger. It all depends on how Iowa handles the criticism over the national anthem in the song and be a bigger man, because, trust me, the voice of the people is the voice of God. And sometimes we just like to be stubborn, or sometimes we like to hear ourselves. Sometimes we need to take ourselves out of the equation and pay attention to what the people are saying. And that's my take on the situation. It's all good. It's healthy. It could only make the song bigger, according to Alien Man. When you listen to some of the lyrics in the song is a big song. Who there over there? Who there over there? Everybody put your hands in the air, wherever it is. It's a big song. It's only for Iowa to capitalize on it now, because everybody is looking now to see what Iowa going to come with next based on the controversy surrounding the song.
What a tangled web we weave when we try to deceive. Eh?
No Taylor.
Yesterday was a conflict of interest. Right? Just yesterday,
Today's a big song.
Today's a big song. Yesterday was no comment. Conflict of interest. Today's a big song. What happened between yesterday and today?
So wait, nobody ain't like my song I singing?
Juju, what happened yesterday and today?
I ask a question. Nobody ain't like the song I singing?
Where's the chorus to your song?
No Taylor. I have a barber. I have a hairdresser, a taxi driver, but I ain't had no Taylor. No Taylor.
What's the difference between what happened yesterday and what happened today? All in a sudden, if she had any testicular fortitude, she would have took a stand yesterday like how we took a stand on Sunday. We took a side. We pick a side.
We didn't waffle.
All they pick a side. Okay.
No, Tommy and I picked a side.
Right, the way you say we, say you and Tommy, not me. I am not in that at all.
We decided, we look at the facts, right? And today, many of the facts that we brought together, Tommy, with respect to the people in school learning the anthem, we had a situation where I think the anthem was playing in our school, and some young person, well. Right? well. And you don't know, well, what is this person talking about? The whole auditorium anthem playing and singing, well. You know what? They know the anthem now. And that is what we was talking about. We ain't go to the Waffle House like Juju. Juju, you need to change your name. No Juju no more. I will find one for you. You're going to the Waffle House too often. Stop going to the Waffle House. And they don't even have a Waffle House in Trinidad. Right? I got to FedEx it to you in Trinidad and Tobago. Eh? You got to pick a side. And the next one, this is the last one. The next one. Yeah? The next one.
All right, so we are back. Let me see. Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Good morning, Bruce.
Morning.
Sharon, getting a bike here. We said our internet about 60 minutes now holding on. What do you think about that nation building song with the boss sing? How you rate it?
That were you on the line?
Around the world. And you know, boy, people don't appreciate things, you know, boy. People don't appreciate things, eh? Eh? People don't appreciate things, boy. People, you have to have some type of a little bit of loyalty, boy. Just a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. You understand? When
Hey,
somebody take you off.
what TJ said? Constituents?
Yeah, there we go. Confident constituents and comrades.
Right.
That's it. You have to have a little bit. When somebody take you off the labas of talk radio and put you in a studio, and due to putting you in that studio, many of the things you have today is from you talking on that microphone. And you go stoops. Oh boy, what a tangled web we weave when we try to deceive. Eh? Look, let me go to the chat, eh? Let me go to the chat. The Albert Montano said the lady don't like Anselm. Which lady? Albert, which lady you talking about?
She's a lady. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, she's a lady. Rose says she better be careful. I will not tolerate anyone airing out their mouth and my people on them. Who's that? Albert's the lady. Abby say that lady Anselm, she be a lawyer for PNM and a judge for others. She's just full with hot air. She will do well blowing up balloons.
Yeah.
Oh God, Abby. Be impeccable, Abby. Be impeccable. Abby says, Anselm, she doesn't know about business. You're joining with Iowa Station will make yours and Iowa brand bigger. She just talking hot air about who want her chair. Nobody want her chair? Please. The lady say, come and take her seat. Why taking she seat for? She good right where she is there. You know what I mean? The in HDD. Eiley say, Anselm, you ain't fed up on this nonsense. It's nonsense to you, Eiley. Right? Sometimes nonsense can make sense to other people, you know. Rose says, Diana, it's always nice to hear your voice on the program. You light up the show.
Thank you, Rose.
Walton Walker says, yes, they have a hypocritical cancer. Oh, God. Oh, God. Albert Montano say, Anselm, stop singing for your supper. Yeah, I sing for my supper. Yeah, I sing for my supper. Yeah? I singing for my supper. I don't know. I don't talk to my wife about that.
Find out if she like the song.
Yeah, Ulrich, welcome. Ulrich say, you know, tonight I am in awe because Gary have been more disrespectful than Rowley. Okay.
Ulrich don't like Gary at all.
Yeah, Ulrich don't like Gary. Listen, in the climate today, regardless of what happened between Gary and I here on this program, I think as Commissioner of Police, Gary could help with the way things are in Trinidad and Tobago today. It's plain talk, bad manners. You understand? Plain talk, bad manners. Because at the end of the day, perception is reality, yeah? Perception is reality. Walton Walker says, good night, my sister. Can you try the teacher to reach out to one of the schools in Tobago?
Okay. Will do.
Okay. All right. Rose says, I'm going to get a Canadian visa before I go so I can visit Canada as well as have a lot of relatives there. Albert Montano go help you. Albert and Hailey. Yeah, talk to Albert and Hailey. Rose says, I'll be talking about travel. I will soon be in America. I used to live in England, but this will be my first time in America. All right, Rose. What part of America you going, Rose? Leon Adams, welcome. Leon says, well said, Gary. The country needs a leader like you, not this arrogant liar, liar, and his band of evil ministers and financiers. Mean Gene says, so Anselm, Wall Street, who are you going to vote for? Mean Gene. Mean Gene. I'm gonna vote for your party. Mean Gene, I'm voting for the party you voting for. Abby says, answer them. You have time with them people who say that about you. Don't travel. Abby, but you know what make it? You know what make it? You know what make it even? When they talk about that, you could easily go to Google, and Google will tell you. I don't have to tell you that, but you know what I mean. Ulrich say, answer them, drop the ball. I wonder which ball, boy.
Or let's hold on to grudges, boy. And ugh,
Ulrich,
yeah,
like
yeah. He talk about when Gary was on the show and and then he talk. I had a conversation. He talked about the federation when Ulrich this whole if them PNM voters like Ulrich, oh God, be in trouble.
yes,
Trouble.
Victoria says that might be the only one vote, Diana.
Blinding. Yeah, oh, really? So 15,000 votes the other day. Yeah, right.
Michael Alvarez, welcome. Stop fooling the man. Who he was fooling? Who was fooling?
They blinded by whatever. Leave when it happens. Remember the storm said it. When it happens, remember I said it.
Michael, all we just deal with here is facts, you know. And when people come, we just fact check them, you know, ask them, you know. We just fact check too bad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky says, oh, why didn't you all change it in 2010 to 2050 when you say never? Only talk, what forward? What's that, Vicky? The Diaspora Initiative? I don't know. That Diaspora Initiative is serious, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Abby says, Philip Alexander showed us the container which is not checked and drive off the port freely. Okay. Abby says, Gary, did you arrest any of one of them big people?
You can do that, just so.
Oh God. I can't read that one, Michael.
Michael.
Ulrich say monkey don't see his tail, boy. Oh God, boy. Ulrich, boy. Ulrich, I hear the center station, boy. They couldn't play your voice notes today, boy. I was here, you know. I know how true it is. Ulrich, did them fellas say they wasn't playing your voice note? I hear that, eh? I read Buddy tell me that. Okay, Albert said they don't like ants. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But folks, we had some.
Ain't you gonna call Garcia?
Oh, yeah. I had to call thank you. I had to call Marvin Gonzalez.
Gonzalo.
Gonzalez once a week.
I think you could use that time more productively.
Eh? Nah, we had to call him, man. You go answer the phone. One time you go answer the phone, but no, that's not the right Marvin. There we go, Marvin Gonzalez. What are we calling Marvin Gonzalez again? That be favorite minister. He have to answer the phone. Oh, the phone ringing, boy. It ringing. It ringing, boy. We might get a Thanksgiving present.
You did your settlement and the settlement?
Yeah. Senator Hines. I mean, I was supposed to Senator Marvin.
Hi.
Senator
crazy boy.
I sent it to the wrong person. Hey, I wonder if Stuart Young go answer the phone. What do you think, Tommy?
I don't know. Maybe.
Let me try Stuart Young.
What do you intend to ask him?
I want to ask him about the energy, what's going on with Venezuela. And
He go call you a potong. You go keep it up.
Nah. Let me call Stuart. Let me see if Stuart Young go answer the phone. I feel Stuart Young go answer the phone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If he answer the phone, I'm gonna cash up you $50.
I feel Stuart Young go answer the phone. We calling Stuart Young.
Tommy, you in on that bet?
We calling Stuart Young.
Huh?
Yeah, we can.
I mean, 50 TT, yeah?
George, you go answer the phone. All you watch and see.
That's about 8 TT, 8 US.
What is the bet? What is the bet?
50 TT.
50 TT?
Yeah.
Nah, that ain't enough. All you have no faith, you know, man. All you should put a little more confidence, man. So, folks, we calling Stuart Young, the Minister of Energy.
Why don't you do your AI thing and get them on the phone? You're lagging, man. You're lagging. Do the AI thing. Tommy, cook up the AI thing, man. Let's go.
You sure?
Yeah, let's do the AI thing here and do the connectivity. Hello?
For a PNM minister, we could call Terrence Dialsing. Try Terrence Dialsing.
Why are you wasting time? Let's deal with something important.
What we gonna ask him? Tommy, we trying to get one of them. Who could we call?
Call Sham for Kojo.
Listen, we already know what the protocol is. Yeah, you need a settlement and a settlement. If you don't have a settlement and a settlement, don't even try. Don't even go there.
Very disappointed. All in supporting me at all.
Yeah, because we don't want you to look foolish wasting your time with them.
You know, we had to try. It's better to try, you know. It's better to try and fail to try.
That is your PNM party for you, boy.
Anyway, we had good news on Monday because Trinidad and Tobago beat the USA. So let's listen to that good news.
That's better.
Yeah. There was a steady trickle of fans into the stadium on game night, and the trip was worth it because despite the circumstances, TNT went after the win and put up an entertaining fight in front of a huge crowd in Port of Spain. Things looked shaky early on for the home team when Anthony Robinson opened the scoring for the USA in the 25th minute. Trinidad and Tobago once again showed grit and determination as they stormed back in the 43rd as Rion Moore shrugged off his defenders to smash home the equalizer to send the Hazley Crawford Stadium into a frenzy. Angus Eve's men kept up that momentum in the second half and went ahead in the 57th minute with an Alvin Jones rocket as he continues to stun the Americans from distance. Despite their best efforts, there would be no further scoring for the home team as the USA went on full defensive mode and held out to the final whistle. Head coach Angus Eve at the post-match press conference.
This is a fantastic result for us. Where we are in our development, we saw a lot of young players came out there and really showed the will tonight, and we give them the belief that we have given them. And we give them the trust, and this will only go over well for us going into the future. To give them more opportunities like this. This is a massive win for us.
Trinidad and Tobago progressed to the CONCACAF Nations League play-in, and if successful, will qualify for the CONMEBOL Copa America 2024. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
Feel good moments.
Soca Warriors, yeah, man.
Yeah, special wall out to the Soca Warriors. Yeah?
Yeah, man. Mm.
Well, we tried the Minister of Everything, Walton. We didn't get no answer. Good night, Abby. Abby, we already talked to Anderson, you know. Anderson gave me the side of the story already. He's very upset. He's upset with Kingsley. He's very upset. I say I like nonsense. Or calling ministers is nonsense. We want to know what's going on. We want to know what's going on. We living in the diaspora here as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We want to know what's going on. You understand? Because you're calling me all kind of name on radio in Trinidad and Tobago.
You're not a citizen. You're not a professor. Yeah, you know, what are you?
Yeah,
what is you trying? I's a Bajan. Tommy live in a basement. Well, Tommy.
And I like it.
You like the basement?
Living in a basement with a hat. You have a hat?
Huh?
You have a hat and you're living in a basement with a hat.
That's right.
Tommy, you're living in a basement, boy. Yeah, I tell you. Don't worry, I living in one too.
No worries.
But Tommy and Diana, why do them not answer the phone? So you all know there's a fight between. Hey, let me play this.
Hey, why you don't go and call Joe Biden?
Yeah. Why you don't go and call Joe Biden?
You know they tell you that, right?
Yeah, you're saying truth, you know. You can call Joe Biden. You bet you can't call Joe Biden. You don't call Joe Biden. I said, you know, boy. And Trinidadians just defend that, you know. How could you defend? You calling a minister, and the minister decide, you know what? I don't need to talk to them, or I have to get your settlement and
This is after hours. You got to go through. You know what, Anselm? This is what I would do. I would send the email, right? And reference the conversation where he said, you have the offer, whatever, you know, and you're requesting an interview and see what he does, see what happens. That's what I would do.
who fit your lines?
Yeah.
I sent
He
for
said,
WhatsApp message.
hear what I say now. On the heels of what he said you have to do such and such and such. So I go in and do such and such and such and reference the conversation.
Nah. All right, yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well,
I hear you.
that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And put the letter up here on the show, the email, the show you send him, and your references. And let's see what his excuse is now for not engaging or agreeing to come and speak with us. That's what you do, man. Come on. I would do that.
Albert Montano say you don't live in Trinidad, you can't understand. Ginny's welcome. Yeah?
Yeah, you live out there. Or they went away, or they run from, and that's a word that is used here regular. Or they run from here. And we stay and build up the country. You run from here. I'm like, what do you mean run from? What are you talking about?
I really like to get a Thanksgiving president to call some minister so they can answer the phone. Serious.
Of course, Senator Nakid, he does answer. Who's the MP? Call Penelope Beckles. She will answer. You don't call her. I don't know why.
I'm not call she on here. I'm not call she. And you can go get she in trouble.
Here we go.
If she call she, maybe that fella might tell her to answer the phone.
Get her in trouble. This is
Understand it.
Anselm.
Let me don't put the woman in trouble, eh?
You see? There we go.
Because if she pick up the phone, she might get in trouble.
What do you mean get in trouble? Get in trouble. Oh, God, all again on my nerve with this thing, boy. Oh my God, boy. Get in trouble with who? With who?
Diana don't understand this thing, you know.
You're right, I don't. So you're telling me, let me go across next door. If we decide to call one of Mia Motley's prime ministers, they go get in trouble for talking?
No,
what you say?
Like Barbados. Barbados is
different. But that's what I'm trying to say. But then something wrong.
No.
Get into trouble. Nah. Oh God, I wish I was an MP now. Oh, I would tell you, call me every day. Call me every day.
We call Faris. We call him Faris. We call him Faris or what?
Ah, boy.
I'm telling only Faris go pick up the phone. Watch.
Right.
Watch and you go see.
You getting that 8 TT? 8 the rest?
9:42. It's still early. I always go pick up the phone, I bet. I'm telling you.
They don't want to hear from you.
Albert Montano said, no PNM member of parliament wants to talk to Wall Street is a big problem. What was the problem?
Oh,
you know what? Let me try Penelope Beckles. Let me see if we could break the streak.
Albert! Oh, dear.
Penny go answer the phone. And we go tell she like it. Go tell she like it. She go answer the phone. I bet you. Penelope Beckles.
All right.
Huh?
Go ahead.
She going.
It's after hours though.
Huh?
It's after hours though.
You think she
Oh
going?
yeah, somebody says 9:49.
Yeah, no,
It's
she going.
past their bedtime.
She going.
Really?
She going. I'm calling Pin. We want to talk about that thing going on in our constituency. I guarantee all the Penny going to answer it.
All right, guarantee.
I could give this guarantee. I could close my eye. I could close my eye on this one. Closing my eye.
Really?
Yes.
They go stay shut.
She answering the phone, although it's still ringing.
They go stay shut.
It past bedtime. I don't know.
She's scared. She's scared to get into trouble.
No, she answering the phone. Although wait and you go see. Wait.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, patient. Penny answering that phone. Penny see that number, she answering the phone. She see the number, telling you she see the number, she answering the phone. Oh God!
You guys say tomorrow?
PNM stands for please not me.
Get nobody, boy. Nobody. I wonder if I could try to name San Fernando. What is his name? Paris. Let me see if I could go a little lower down. Paris.
He may answer.
Paris or Regalo? Regalo?
Paris. Paris is a new mayor.
Is he new mayor? Okay.
Remember we had
Oh
him
yeah.
We had him on the show before.
Yeah.
We was
Messenger. That is where he is. Paris. Go try it. We lowering our standards, eh?
What about the new mayor of Port of Spain?
I ain't have his number. What is Paris' first name again, Tommy?
Holy cow.
What's his first name?
It's past bedtime, Victoria.
Eh?
I can't remember his first name.
Yeah, I can't remember his first name either. But...
Nobody wants to talk to Wall Street. He's a big problem.
Victoria said past bedtime.
That's what's
going on. God.
You gotta call before 8 o'clock.
Mayor Paris. I'll live this boy. You want to see this one?
Let me see. What's his name?
Who's this one here, boy? Mayor Paris. Let's see. This is here, boy. Mayor Paris.
Yeah, they know his name escapes me because I ain't get too acclimatized to him yet. Oh, any chap named Rose, you don't know, all from down that side. Ow.
Yeah. I don't know. I used to have his number in here, but I know where I'm thinking. Paris. Nah, I gotta look up for your number, boy, too, boy. All right, so folks, I guess Albert Montano, you are correct. No PNM Parliament wants to talk to Wall Street. Is a big problem, unfortunately.
He's a toothache for them.
Oh God! But listen. Look how nice.
Tommy's a hemorrhoid. Me, I ain't nothing.
Boy.
Okay.
I can't get nobody, but nobody.
I ain't nothing. I ain't no kind of pain.
Nobody want to talk?
Right.
How come?
No.
Vicky, nobody from your party don't want to talk, girl.
Nobody wants to talk to you, Tommy. What's going on with you?
Mean G, nobody from your party wants to talk. Anyway, folks, there's a big fight between Venezuela and Guyana. I want you guys to listen to this.
Venezuela and Guyana are fighting over oil and things are getting hot. I'm Kalila Reynolds, financial journalist and educator based in Jamaica. We all know that oil and gas is big business globally. The industry is estimated to be worth $4.3 trillion this year. So when two oil-producing countries have a border dispute, it's gonna be a fight. Cue the latest dispute between Venezuela and Guyana. Now, for you to really understand this story, we need a quick history lesson. Venezuela and Guyana have been disputing their maritime borders for decades. Venezuela argues that the region of Essequibo, hope I said that right, which is currently governed by Guyana, actually should be part of Venezuela. An international ruling way back in 1899 gave Guyana the rights over this area, but Venezuela doesn't acknowledge that ruling. So the disagreement continues. Then Guyana hit oil in 2015 and Venezuela started laying their claim again. More than 11 billion barrels of oil and gas have been discovered off Guyana's coast so far, and oil companies are still exploring. Guyana has already earned millions of dollars from this new resource, and their economic growth has skyrocketed. Now, of course, Venezuela, which is already a major global oil producer, wants a piece of the new oil in Guyana, which they claim is actually in their territory. The battle got so intense that Guyana had to ask the International Court of Justice to step in and make a ruling that should be accepted once and for all. While that decision is pending, Guyana is internationally recognized as having sovereignty over the region and by extension, any oil or gas deposits discovered there. So the country periodically has bidding rounds where the government auctions off sections or blocks to different oil companies who will come in and explore. Now, a few weeks ago, the Guyanese government started its latest round of bidding for 8 new oil blocks. If oil is discovered in just 2 of these blocks, that's billions of dollars in revenue for Guyana. So the Venezuelan government basically said, all right, that's enough. They called the auction illegal, arguing that Guyana doesn't have sovereign rights to the area, so any oil activity there should be done in agreement with Venezuela. They also want the bidding and exploration to be put on hold until the International Court hands down the final judgment. But obviously, Guyana isn't on the same page as Venezuela. For one, the region was internationally recognized as theirs decades ago, and they're on a hot streak right now. The United States and the Organization of American States have condemned Venezuela's remarks, but Venezuela basically told them, mind your own business. So things are heating up. We'll have to wait and see for the ICJ's ruling and Venezuela's next move. And that's the bottom line. Go to the link in my bio and tap newsletter for money news like this straight to your inbox. Let's get this money.
Let's get this money.
Cute.
I now go past me straight like it did now.
Huh?
And we hope Ghana don't make the same mistake that we made.
I doubt it.
You know, I guess they will learn from us though.
I doubt it.
So we're gonna close with this. Here is an article about the Prime Minister talking about the TTPS and meeting with gangsters. Take a listen.
Makes position clear. TTPS can't make deals with gangsters. That is the sole responsibility and ambit of PNM Prime Ministers. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, TTPS, has no authority to operate as a referee when it comes to any truce among criminals. This was the word from Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley yesterday, as he gave his position on dealing with gangs in this country. Speaking during a media conference at the Diplomatic Center, St. Anne's, Rowley said the government has not granted the TTPS any sort of permission to arrange any peace deal with gangs. Rowley said, when you're talking about, this gang, and that gang negotiate a peace treaty with the police blowing whistle as a referee, that is not on. Rowley was responding to a Trinidad Express article which reported that a peace agreement had been reached between 2 notorious gangs affiliated with a number of recent killings in Port of Spain. The truce was reportedly facilitated by the police. The TTPS has since denied this ever happened. According to the Prime Minister, the stance of the government is quite clear when it comes to gangs. Let me make my position very clear, on the position of the government of Trinidad and Tobago and the position of the Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago. Gang activity is criminal conduct. As a matter of fact, it is criminal conduct that spawns the identification of gang leader, gang warfare, gang peace, or gang war. The Parliament of Trinidad and Tobago understands this and has allotted significant amount of Parliament effort to codify the law to allow the law enforcement in Trinidad and Tobago to respond to criminal conduct identified as gang activity. I refer here specifically to the anti-gang laws. He added that while police officers have the authority to speak with all citizens, negotiating with criminals is off limits. And notwithstanding the fact that the police is required to speak to every citizen in this country if the police sees it fit. Whether you're an abusing husband, a delinquent parent under the Truancy Act or otherwise, the police will speak to you and will be authorized to speak to you. But what the police is not going to be authorized to do is to negotiate any abridgment of the laws of Trinidad and Tobago as it applies to any aspect of criminal conduct, Rowley explained. He also cautioned that a certain level of interaction with criminals could send the wrong message and lead to persons getting more rank. You have to be very careful that in dealing with them, you don't send the message that they have rank, and they get more rank, because they could talk to you, he said. Showroom vehicles for cops, soldiers. As it pertains to fighting crime, the Prime Minister also revealed that the Cabinet has approved 50 new vehicles to be used by the TTPS and Defence Force. Rowley said these vehicles will all be brand new. He said for months, the TTPS has been trying to buy vehicles through the normal bureaucratic process, but that has been very slow. Rowley said, "We need to have the soldiers and the police out there immediately." The Cabinet took the position, if it is vehicles they don't have, go in the showroom and see what is there. We've done that. In the next week or two, you should see another 50 vehicles to ensure that when the soldiers want to go out with the police, that there is no impediment of no vehicle. So that's what we do. That's the kind of thing we do. We support as far as we are able to ensure that they are resourced to respond.
Wonder who getting them contracts, boy.
What happened to the boots? I wonder if the boots are good, if they could walk in them.
What is that?
Are their boots good enough to walk in?
That's a good question, Tommy. Mean Gene says, Wall Street, I have no allegiance to any party. I have not voted in TNT in 40 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. Which last party you vote for, Mean Gene? That's the question. That is the big question. You ain't voting 40 years, but what's the last party you vote for? I bet you that party begins with a P.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you the party begins with a P. Put it in the chat. Who's the last party you vote? I bet you it begins with a P. Yeah? You know, once a P, always a P. Once you start with P, it's hard to go other places, you know. You know what I mean? Yeah? Yeah, but that is Tommy and Diana, how is that any different than the government ministers giving the gangsters a contract? Eh? If I meet with you, or I don't meet with you, but I give you a contract, what's the difference?
Contract is a different kettle of fish. Contract means that you're putting money in their pockets.
Okay. Yep. Which is worse?
Contracts.
Okay. So I don't meet with you, but I give you a contract. I don't meet with you, but I give you a contract. Boy, in Trinidad, boy, we need. Thank you, Margaret. Mean Gene said the same one I voted for. PNM, I tell you, you see, I tell all you. He sell out himself. PNM. That's the last party he vote for. PNM. Yeah? Yeah. Listen, I don't hide. You know, Mean Gene, I don't hide. I know some I know Mean Gene does hide sometime, you know. Yeah? Yeah. Who getting the contract for them 50 cars or them 100 cars? And you're talking about TTPS not supposed to meet with gangsters. What about giving them contracts? What about that? Which is worse?
Right? And they're giving the constituents crumbs. They're not giving them or a little edge of the pie. They don't have the recipe for the pie.
Nada. They're giving them nada. They're giving you no.
All I wonder is if the TTPS have good raincoats and good boots so that they can walk, regardless of what the weather is. They can walk the communities. Just like they
can get a boat when it rains.
Well, I mean, because I know what I've seen work, and what they're doing isn't working.
It isn't working. So, folks, put closing comments in the chat. You know, Tommy, to me, some of these simple solutions we have, and we put those solutions to Gary Griffith too as well, right? Some of these solutions, community policing, neighborhood watch, not like what Ancient Ishmael is doing, Right? And if the government don't break down that boot, if the government don't break down the boot, that means to say Trinidad is now 100% lawless society.
And it's not a real place.
Not a real place.
But
Right?
we'll see.
You got to go back to Trinidad as a sad place. If they don't break down that boot, we're going to have to go back to Trinidad as a sad place. Because that means it's open sesame.
It's a sad place with happy people.
Yeah, sad place with that. Told me I like that. It's a sad place with happy people. No joke.
Yeah. Hey, based on what you played from the radio, the clips you played from the radio station, those are real happy people.
Happy people. People, well, you know, you shouldn't put the anthem in this song. You understand? Because I disrespect the anthem. And people calling the radio station and say, you know, a man get locked up for saying down when the anthem was playing. And you know, even the case.
Yeah, because that's a protest.
And there is nothing. If you go to the president's website, this told you don't have to stand up for the anthem. It's protocol, just like when Fitzgerald say when you call him, you have to get his settlement and settlement.
That's right.
But if you have a physically challenged individual, they can't stand up. So that is weak.
Yeah, it's very weak. Let's go for a quick break. We'll be right back after this. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets and WZYE 95.9 FM. It's the Storm, Uncle Tommy, Professor Walshy, and you, and WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back after this short message.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Folks, this coming Thursday, we're going to have a rerun of, we're going to do a rerun of a program. We're not sure yet because this is Thanksgiving. And of course, you know, Thanksgiving is spent with the family. And I'm enjoying my tofurkey. Everybody know what tofurkey is? I think they all do.
What's that now?
You don't know what tofurkey is?
Nope.
Tommy?
Yes.
What's tofurkey now?
Tell her what tofurkey is. It's tofu turkey.
Oh, tofu turkey. Okay.
It's called tofurkey.
Okay.
Yeah. It tastes real good. That's an piece for you?
No thanks.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it tastes real good, you know. You never tasted?
Nope.
I'm telling you.
I made pone. I made almond cake, sweet bread. And I'm gonna do.
You know none of the pictures this year.
I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I was under the weather today.
Make sure you clear all the surroundings, eh?
I got time. I bake my thing from scratch.
I never said anything about you didn't bake. All I said, just clear your surroundings. That's all I said.
I bake my thing from scratch.
Why
I
you
don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about no Allen's Bakery. I know how to cook from scratch.
How did you get the Allen's Bakery?
I don't know about no bake. I know about Diana Bakery.
Hey, Tommy, Mean Jean says, Tommy, the police walk in the street become soft target. What are you talking about?
Soft target.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
They don't. That means they don't rule it. They don't rule it. Anyway.
Yeah, Tommy. Be impeccable with your word. Impeccable.
I turn on. I have to make sure my Christmas tree.
And
You're gonna get something.
phone.
Hmm?
Denise
Who?
want your phone. He said, could you
She
share
want
the
pe- Denise didn't share her Pumpsy Tea the other day.
you had Pomsite?
And she put a Pumpsy Tea picture. Or was it Trinidad Margot? One of them put a Pumpsy Tea picture and I ain't getting on to.
In the chat?
No, on Facebook.
Eh? Who was that, boy?
Yeah, Pumpsy Tea, man. And they're showing off the pump. I think it was Trinidad Margot. Sorry, Denise.
You ain't get
And
none.
I ain't getting on to.
Yeah. I tell you, boy. Nah, Denise said wasn't she?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Or was she who probably doubles then? One of them popped something too.
You still eat doubles?
What?
You don't eat doubles?
But of course, I make my own doubles.
Oh, you make no doubles. Okay.
Mm,
Oh,
pumpkin. I like pumpkin and chana on mine. That's it. I'm good.
you don't put what's that thing again, boy? That kind of sauce, green sauce thing, right?
I don't want all that on my doubles. They can have that.
Some boys are
I,
called.
I I like mango, double. I mean chana and thing pumpkin. Anything else? I don't want. I don't want it. That
She know in New Jersey.
See what do you want? Chutney on your thing?
Chutney, it's
I
chutney.
I find too many things overwhelm your taste buds.
So what are you? So what are you doing for Thanksgiving, Tommy and Diana, as we close?
Well, I'm gonna be spending it with some of my family. Well, not my immediate. Well, I guess my children and my sister, my sisters, some of my brothers, nieces and nephews. We're gonna get together and have a reunion. You know.
Yeah.
Friends and neighbors.
Huh?
Friends and neighbors.
You gonna share the phone and thing with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They will send me peace now. We got
Nope.
taste. We could do a
Or
taste.
go,
Yeah.
or they could go by Gary Place in New Jersey, Roti Mahani. You can get over there, Maharani.
It's not open yet.
Ain't over there.
No, I think my wife went over there, but I didn't think it open.
I thought it was supposed to be open already. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought last weekend it was supposed to be open. No.
Yeah.
The 14th. That's the last date I got.
We got to do a taste test, but I know.
Excuse me.
I can't do a taste test. I only says Bara, Chana, and Pepper. That is it. What are you talking about?
I guess
His double. That's what he likes. That's the way he likes his. Everybody like their doubles different.
What about green thing that is spawn it, man?
With like cucumber or something. I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want all that on my double.
There's put pepper. There's some people that put pepper too.
Do all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denise, we begging, but she ain't biting at all.
The tamarind sauce. Let us put other things.
Well, I said don't make that dry sweet bread. What dry sweet bread? You mad or? I make a real. That sweet bread was raw sweet bread. That sweet bread was homemade, not like the other sweet bread was somebody making.
Who make it? Alan's Bakery.
Yeah, Alan's Bakery, but the box exposed, but when you're taking pictures, you have to be careful,
I don't know what he talking about.
Remember Sparrow song? What you say, why? You think that at all she was exposed? You take a picture, boy, and all that stuff.
I don't know. I don't know what you talking about. I could show you my 2 almond cake here sitting on in front of me and my sweet bread that I baked. And it didn't have no nothing about no Allen's Bakery. Right here in front of me now.
The string on the box exposed, but the string on the box.
String and box. in my cake pans. In my baking pans.
I would tell you. So you're leaving. Denise says she 1 piece, right? And Tommy 1 piece. I go get peace some Tommy. So
Anyway, peace is a very important word at this time.
absolutely peace. Peace be with you. Albert, good night to you. Janice says she's gonna ask her adopted mom to make for me. We. Anyway, folks, everyone enjoy the Thanksgiving, whether you're in Trinidad, Canada, wherever part you are. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we're gonna be playing a replay recorded for Thursday night program. Let me give my closing comment. Yeah, we get okay. Closing comment. Don't worry about getting old. Worry about thinking old. Don't worry about getting old. Worry about thinking old. For me, I said this is it. The fuck on the wall. So that's all I like to say. But I've got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. See you. Same WZYE time, same WZYE channel. Later. Go ahead, Tommy.
Peace in the world is everybody's business, regardless of where you live or what you do. Like I always say, you the man in the mirror. Be the change you want to see. If you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, do not blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Love you all. Be safe. See you at our next edition.
Thank you. Hold on, Diana. Let me just read some comments here. Good night, Aunt Sam and Diana from Albert Montano. Denise G says, Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Don't eat too much. Be safe and well. Hailey says, it's dry turkey, bitter potato, gravy, cranberry sauce, and stuffing and some. Margaret says, Happy Thanksgiving all. Mean Jean says, TNT doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving. Yes, they do. You talking about Mean Jean? I know people up in Lavantil celebrating Thanksgiving. Go ahead, Diana.
Just in the season of thankfulness. Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Thankfulness may consist merely of words. Gratitude is shown in acts. Everybody have a lovely Thanksgiving until we meet again. Good night, beloved people, and stay safe.
Thank you. And we're going to go out with the song that's mashing up Trinidad and Tobago. Mashing it up, mashing it up, mashing it up. Good night, folks. Happy people to all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Happy people. Later.
Forged from the love of liberty, in the fires of hope and prayer. With boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly. Well, side by side we stand. Islands of the blue Caribbean Sea. This our days in life. We pledge our lives to thee. And every creed and race find an equal place of the God. Bless our nation. In every creed and race find an equal place of the God. Bless our nation. Send out in his hands in the air. Send out in his hands in the air. Send out in his hands in the air. Go up. Send out in his hands in the air.